TSF Entertainment.
And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment channel. It's Retro CG in the building this good Sunday evening, joined by DJ Fresh Your Highness. Jack of Jordan's in the building. What's good, brothers?
What's going on, bros?
How y'all doing?
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Is that my mic?
Mic check, mic check.
Oh,
1, 2,
there we go.
3. What's
There we
good?
go.
How y'all doing today?
Hanging in there, bro.
We hanging in there.
Hanging in there. All right. I hope everybody had a good week out there in the chat. As you already know what we're here for, we are here to talk about Power Book 4, Force Season 3, the final season. It is episode 307, and it's called Lines in the Sand. What did y'all think about this episode?
Great episode.
Really good episode, yes.
Great.
Real good episode.
Episode was fire.
I actually should have a cigar at this moment.
The episode was fire. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed what we had going on here. However, we got a lot of things to talk about today. We got a lot of things to talk about in this episode because some of it is nonsensical, but then again, there's a lot of episodes in the Power universe that are nonsensical. Coming in with a $5 super chat from DeMarcus. We appreciate that. Tommy actually stole the correlation idea from Diamond. Diamond treated Tommy like a Clubber Lang.
Clubber
Ricky in Rocky and Rocky 3 Pain. Yeah. There's a lot of debate on whether or not Diamond came up with the idea for the correlation, because I think in an earlier episode, they mentioned something about him and King Kilo having a discussion about the correlation. But even if they did talk about it, it was Tommy's work. Tommy put this work in to make this correlation what it is today. So I agree that this is Tommy's outfit here. Hello, Alex. How are you? Hope you had a good week. All right, let's go ahead and get on into this thing. We're gonna talk about it. Jack, what did you think about the episode?
Oh, I thought the episode was pretty remarkable, especially the way it ended. So, if we stay with
Love the ending, man.
Yeah, stay within our theme of the scale of 1 to 10. I give it 8.5, 9.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we're talking about this week. Poor Stacy. Poor Stacy. While some relationships are mended, others brewing tensions reach their boiling point, setting the stage for unlikely allies. And I think that is a rather fitting episode synopsis, given what happens in the episode. We start off with Stacy in her office with Sing, rat ass, snake ass, shiesty ass, Sing. And they are looking at the monitor, and Stacy comments that it's all Tommy Egan's fault, and we have to find a way to take him down. When some federal agents bust through the door, yoke her up, put her in cuffs, and it was dope how they did that. And I knew after they did this, it was a dream, because at first you couldn't tell whether or not it was a dream or not, because first there was another guy that was putting the handcuffs on her, and then when she looked back, it was Bobby putting the handcuffs on her. And they come in and say, Stacey Marks, you are under arrest for coercion, obstruction, and the unaliving of Claudia Flynn. And she's screaming and hollering about what you're doing. And she wakes up in her office to realize that it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Yo, and she drinking a dark liquor.
Like some Wolf of Reserve.
Yeah, she drinking that Wolf of Reserve. Yep. Yeah. So she on that brown liquor at work. Stacy going through. She having a rough day at work. What did y'all think about this scene right here?
Nah, I knew it was a dream when as soon as they busted in with the cops, I was like, oh yeah, she dreaming.
Yeah,
before it even changed to her husband. I was like, oh, she dreaming. I was like, ain't no way this joint about to just start off like this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if it is true, then I was like, then we about to get ready to get that, what you call it, 12 hours early or something after that, if it was true. But I had a feeling, I was like, yeah, nah, she dreaming.
Exactly, Dexter. Tommy was trying to make a way to them steps. He ran twice. Yeah, we definitely got a lot to say about that. All right, it's poor Stacy. She going through. Meanwhile, back at Tommy's place, you got Showstopper and Tommy. Showstopper is dropping off her bag for her pickup from the clubs. And she told Tommy about how Elise's mom ain't going to be a problem. She's going to be a silent partner, that she probably could have got the deed to the clubs if she would have pressed her out a little harder. So we know that Shanti in the last week episode went over there to talk to Elise's mom to make sure that they could still continue running product through the club. And it's here in this scene right here, they get a text. Both her and Tommy both get a text from Diamond saying there was an emergency correlation meeting in 15 minutes. I'm like, 15 minutes? Like, is the meetup spot around the corner? 15 minutes.
That was dirty.
Yeah, that was dirty. Not 30 minutes. I can see if he said 35 minutes, they had time to make it, but 15 minutes, like, he must have intended for them to show up.
That's what it was, man. He knew over it. He should have known that was the goal.
I thought that too. I thought that that was purposeful. 15 minutes so that he couldn't make it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's no way. I mean, then off the rip, Tommy being Tommy, you should have known, something wasn't good anyway. Because how did he even start the meeting with you not being there?
Right. Like, if this was on the legit thing, Diamond wouldn't have even wanted to start the meeting without him. I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. At the same time, Tommy gets a text from Peter, the Albanian, and he says, we got a problem and we need to meet now. Why Tommy didn't text him back and say, hey, I gotta deal with another problem, I'll come see you afterwards. And then I asked myself, well, why wasn't Peter at the correlation meeting? But I remember that was Tommy's side mission. The Albanians is a side mission for Tommy, so he is not part of the coalition. Showstopper tells him that she can't make the meeting and that he needed to go and rep for her, and Tommy scurries off to go meet with Peter. Peter is in his field. I didn't understand this scene. Maybe one of y'all can break it down for me. I didn't understand this.
It wasn't just me. So I was going to bring that to the table when we came to this scene, because I didn't understand it for two reasons. For one, you knew it was Vic. So I'm confused as to why you didn't say Vic came
and pushed up on me
in the bar. I guess maybe he wanted to do it without snitching or something. So that's why he kind of did it in subliminal and said, I guess our Irish friends didn't like that part. I just didn't understand. I was like, bro, like, what? You saw Vic face. So why didn't you just say, hey, Vic came and try to take back over the bar? I didn't understand the scene either. And as far as like to go back to your earlier comment, I think the reason why Tommy took this meet first was because he felt like Diamond's not gonna start the meeting without him.
Okay.
Since they're the ones that's supposed to be head of the coalitions, and I hate to jump scenes, but he says when he come in, like, you did it without me.
Yeah, so he thought that the meeting would wait till he got there. Got it.
But yeah, I didn't understand this scene either. I didn't understand the significance of it. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, it was Vic, so why not just say it was Vic?
And you should have recognized his voice. Like, even if they had the ski mask on, you should have recognized that it was Vic's voice that was harassing when he did what he did to the uncle. So yeah, that was just
Vic showed his face, so that's why I didn't understand why he didn't say it was Vic.
Right, the coalition didn't do Zoom calls. They could have had a Teams meeting. Stacy is having another press conference. She can't stop talking to the press. Stacy, I don't understand why she would even entertain taking questions, because Stacy gives a press conference to let everyone know that they have in custody Claudia Flynn's unaliver, and let this be a strong message to the Marquez cartel that we are going to pursue you, come after you, yada yada yada. Stacey Marks from Mayor. And the very first question, she couldn't answer.
She couldn't.
Why are you even taking questions? You should have even asked for any questions. You should have said, that's it. That's all. My office will send out a press release to address any questions you may have. Thank y'all for coming out. The very first question the reporter asked her was, where did the anonymous tip come from? Come on, Stacey. You got to do better.
And I don't, that too, I don't understand, because the same thing with asking, like, y'all do know anonymous tips come in when there is an investigation going on. Fluid, I was going to touch on that later on.
We sure are. We're going to talk about that.
So I'm curious as to why is everybody wondering where this anonymous tip come from, because anonymous tips come in all the time. So I'm
BOD. I like that.
I was just confused what made her ask that.
Yeah,
that's why I thought maybe she was working for, like, man, I thought this was like saying again, like he leaked, like how he leaked it, made the other reporter ask about her marriage,
divorce. Yeah. It could be, and that could exactly be what the case may be. But also, it's a reasonable question. You would think that someone would ask, even in her own office, somebody would ask, "Where did you get the anonymous tip from?" You would think she would have had her lie prepared for that. She was ill prepared for this press conference.
But here's the thing that I guess, if anybody's out there watching law enforcement, if it's an anonymous tip, should you be revealing that anonymous tip to the press?
Obviously not. And
like,
it's an open investigation. Open investigation cannot reveal the source of the tip.
You know, she shouldn't have backpedaled. She could have just been like,
yeah,
you know, it's an open investigation. Like, that could be amongst colleagues or who the anonymous tip is. But you having a whole press conference, you can't drop the name of the person who gave the anonymous tip against still alive and kicking cartel.
But the thing is, when you give an anonymous tip, you don't know that person's name. So that's why I'm confused as to why this question was even asked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's your point. Exactly.
Yeah, like, you're not going to know the person. Like, oh yeah, such and such. That's why I just didn't understand, like, why that question was asked.
But she would have had to name that in her warrant, though. She would have had to reveal their sources to get a warrant.
I mean, it would have been the same thing, though. Like, could have just such and such.
Could have just said a confidential informant. I don't know why she didn't put it on Vic. She could have put it on Vic. He's a CI. She said a confidential informant provided us the anonymous tip, or like you said, open investigation, can't divulge those details. But the fact that she didn't have anything prepared for a response, that kind of tipped Singh's hand furthermore to question her later on in the episode about, you know, are you sure about this? Because she don't have her facts together. So she out here backpedaling and giving a press conference, but ain't got her facts together. Come on, Stacey. I can't wait to have Manuel back on the show. Cannot wait to ask Manuel about this. What's up with this little insane Prince's chant they got going on? Y'all got a cult going on over here? Hey, Miguel don't round up his crew. Like we said last week, he had rounded up his crew, got his crew on notice, letting them know that the cartel, Ortega's people, is coming after them. They need to keep their heads on a swivel, and they need to be strapped up, ready to go, on lockdown, high alert, and shoot first, ask no questions. And one of the workers yell out and ask Miguel, what's going on? Why all this now, boss? And he come up with some quick lie on his feet to explain to them why the Ortega's crew is coming after him now, because we're the most powerful crew out here in Chicago, and they actually bought that.
I was thinking the same thing, like, okay.
Yeah, right. And then and so, you know, Miguel trying to do what he do. He already said he already knew that he was in danger from last week when he got the passion flower from Ortega. So he already knew that he needed to get himself in order because Ortega was going to be coming after him. And then Ask no questions. They ain't no ask no questions later. IP for life. And then the little man that he got up out of jail last week, Cruz, come up to him and said, "Boss, don't worry about it. I'm watching your back. I got you covered." And he was like, "No, get eyes on my sister." As we can see in the trailer for next week, he doesn't do a good job at that either. Red ain't gonna be safe. You couldn't even hide the 5 bricks that you had in the trunk last week, bro. You ain't keeping nobody safe. Oh, what y'all think about Miguel getting himself ready to go to war with Ortega?
All of them folks come out to get unalive.
All of them, every last one of them.
Each and every last one of them.
That little bit of firepower ain't gonna stop no cartel. I was sitting there like, that's all you got? Like, really? Like, that's literally all y'all got in there?
Seemed like it was 12 people in there.
Like, you want your squad to go to war with the cartel? Like, okay, well, everybody gone. That they about to come and eliminate all of y'all with no problem.
So, hey, thanks to DeMarcus, we got the Brothers of Destruction. That is their new name. I like it. You got Diamond and Jenard and Raheem or Rashad or Raheem, whatever. Are at a spot. I don't know where this is at because this is not Diamond's basement. They had a warehouse or something where they just had the coalition meeting at. And they're pretty much sitting back talking about how much money they finna be making, and they were talking about Madam Wu and about how crazy it was they were able to pull that off, get that together, get that going for the coalition. And Diamond was talking about how fine Madam Wu was, and Jenard like, you fuck around with her if you want to, you gonna be end up in the acid next. Like, I'm glad you realize that. We're gonna get to it in more detail later on, but just note that Diamond's drinking is a problem. It's a big problem.
Yeah, it's a certain thing. It's a certain thing that points it out.
Yes, there's a certain scene that definitely highlights it. I agree. Tommy come in like, whoa, what y'all doing? Y'all had to meet without me? Yeah. And everybody voted unanimously. He was like, how y'all vote unanimously if I'm not here? If I didn't make my vote? He was like, well, all that you talking about, never mind all that. The coalition voted to move their fentanyl, and that's what we finna do. And he was like, what? And Jenard, like a dummy, get up on a stool and just, bragging about how he pulled a deal together. And
that right there, that was like, I was like, you shouldn't have said nothing about that.
Nope. You should have kept quiet. It might have blew over a little. Tommy might have took it a little bit better if he didn't know that you had dealings with it.
Well,
the fact that you had dealings with it, that just made it an automatic no.
He already had, and he used it against him. He used that information against him.
He did use that against him because it's right here where he gets that tidbit of information about Shanti not wanting to be messing with that fentanyl.
Yeah,
because he was telling Jenard that, Showstopper be tripping about this.
So I got a question for y'all about this scene right here. Do you feel like Raheem did that on purpose?
I think so.
Possibly.
I think so. Because remember, what was that? What we on? We on episode 7? What was it? Episode 5 when he spoke to Shanti in the gym. They had that whole back and forth, and she said then that Jenard's not the one. So if if you're not on board, then you're not on board. So the fact that he even brought Shanti up in front of Tommy and made it so loud, like she ain't gonna like. I feel like he did that. I feel like he did that on purpose. On purpose, is what I feel like.
Are you on it, CJ? I didn't understand that either. And you see Tommy clearly standing behind you, and now here Raheem puts that little bit of business out about Showstopper. Yeah, I felt like that was purposely placed too. He was Jenard's right-hand man at first. That is true. But I think he lost a lot of respect for Jenard when he was stepping on that work with the baby powder.
Yep.
He put down somebody. He put down somebody that was in the crew. Remember, they had to fight. And then he stole Manny's chain because remember, Raheem asked him, "In that Manny's chain?" So I feel like, yes, Raheem was Jenard's right-hand man, but I think Raheem lost a lot of respect for Jenard when he started, being on that stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, Tommy's sitting here straight ear hustling, and he got that little tidbit information in a ghost-like move. We'll see that he used that information.
That light bulb.
But I feel like that's a problem though. Even though he did make a ghost-like move, however, I do feel like that move is going to haunt him later on. We'll get to it. All right. So at this point, Tommy is letting Diamond know about the situation with Peter and the Albanians, and how Peter feels like Vic or someone came and robbed the place and attacked them, and they kind of suspect that it's Vic. So Tommy sends Jenard out to go confront Vic about it and to get that situation under control. And Jenard looking at him like, I'm not your do boy. I'm not no errand boy. I just brought the biggest deal to the coalition to the table, and you finna send me out to do errands. And surprisingly enough, Diamond told him to go and do it. And I guess because neither one of them could go and talk to Vic about the situation and not escalate, I think it was a good idea to have Jenard go do that, but a bad idea at the same time, because Jenard is always working the angle. Tommy, you and Jenard don't get along. Why would you send him out on behalf of you to do any business and think that it's going to be done in the likeness and the manner of which you want it? To me, I felt like that was stupid for him to even ask Jenard to go do that and think that Jenard is going to be legit about it.
Yeah. But I think...
Oh, go ahead.
Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I was just agreeing, like, yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, like how he was saying, like, I think two things. I think one, Tommy was just having him go just to go to do something, but I think Jenard made him go because he's like, yo, you're the one, like, just to tell Vic what they got going on, in a sense.
Oh, so you saying
like,
that it was another move behind it?
Yeah, that's why he was telling him. That's why he was like, "Nah, you go, you cool with Vic," because he knew for a fact that once Jenard goes to speak to Vic, he's not going to tell him exactly like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z." Like, he gonna tell him like, "Hey, this a move we about to do to get Tommy out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to be on board with us." That's why I felt like he told him to go.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And Jack, what you were saying?
Oh hell, I don't even remember. Oh, I was saying that as far as Jenard go, like Jenard, I still think he was wrong for thinking just because he made this play, then now he get a seat at the big boy table. So that's what I was about to get ready to say, because he still ain't there yet. And I think he was just having he still was having a hard time playing his role. I mean, his brother know what the deal was, but I think he should just play his role a little bit more with Tommy, in my opinion.
That ain't bad. I think he just wanted their respect, and I think he wanted it from Tommy. Like, I'm the one who put this together, so you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to give me my respect. Which is why he stood on top of that table, like just to show, like, yeah, I'm bringing in money now. Like, it just ain't you. I'm the one that's bringing us in, about to bring us in a whole bag. And I thought probably then he thought a
whole lot of heat.
Yeah.
He probably thought like Tommy's gonna be like, oh, well, thanks, Jenard. Yeah, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason why you still even in the picture is because you Diamond brother. Because other than that, Tommy would have been took him out a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Would have got rid of him.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so over here at Vic's penthouse, he's on the phone with Ray and trying to make sure Ray don't got to shelter and safety. And I don't understand where he sent her. Sounds like to me he sent her home.
That's what I would
should have been sending her to South Carolina or Alabama somewhere.
Canada, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere.
Yeah. somewhere besides New York, DC, Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, and Philly. Somewhere somewhere where they got to come and hunt for her a little bit.
Nowhere in the East Coast.
Nowhere in the East Coast. And I feel like Vic need to talk to the doorman downstairs at the Pier House. Because I feel like any and everybody can get upstairs. Yep. Everybody can get up there.
Yep.
In comes Jenard. And Jenard is pretty much telling him, like, Tommy got your ticket pulled. Like, he know that you ran up on Peter and the Albanians about that club shit. And if you don't want Tommy to be a problem for you, you need to fix this. And it kind of reminded me back in the days where Jenard and Vic used to rip and run with the Yardies back in season 1. Mm-hmm. When we first got introduced to the characters. This scene kind of reminded me of that. And then, Vic tried to play it off. He didn't really, he gave himself up, but at the same time, he was like, I don't know what you're talking about or whatever. And he was like, yeah, okay, well, just like I got this address here, the next address I've got is right. And he's like, leave Rain alone.
Yep, that's exactly what he kept on. Whatchamacallit. Like, he knew immediately. But I wonder what was the second address though.
It was Rain's place.
It was the girl place.
Yeah, but he gave him 2 addresses though.
The first address was Vic's spot.
Is this spot right here?
Was the penthouse. The second address was his girl spot.
Correct.
Oh, I was thinking
2 different people or 3 different people total. Vic. And then 2 people that Vic know. Nope.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. I thought I was like, of course, because I probably had already figured Jenard knew already where
Vic stayed at.
Yeah, where Vic stayed at. So that's why when he said 2 addresses, I was thinking it was somebody else besides Ray. And now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it was Paulie's wife. That could have been that second address.
It could have been, but no, the second address was
yeah, but I think the second address was
Ray's place.
Yeah. So you saying that, so you pretty much you saying this, he knew where Jenard was staying, and then Tommy gave him 2 separate addresses outside of where Jenard is staying. I mean, not Jenard.
I mean, that's what I thought. That's how I looked at it, but y'all might be right. It might have been his place and Ray's place.
Yeah, because remember, immediately after he started saying that address out, he started talking about her. Like, Tommy knew that wasn't your girl. Tommy knew that was your girl, whatever the case may be. And yeah, Ghost Penthouse did have better security. Okay. Remember how they wouldn't even let Ghost up there at that time?
Yeah. So I definitely question that. I was trying to figure out how Jenard got up there in the first place. The only thing, unless we didn't see Tommy give him the key. That's the only thing I could think of.
Oh yeah, because Tommy,
as to how Tommy got up there, because Tommy had Claudia's keys.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm left to assume is that maybe Vic called.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Jenard called and he let Vic up.
Nah, because it wasn't enough time. Because remember, right after he hung up the cell phone, Jenard was coming out of the elevator. Like, literally, as soon as he left a message for Ray and he hung up the phone, Jenard was coming right off the elevator. Like, literally. I'm trying to remember this. Oh yeah, so I remember this scene now. So the scene here, we got Shanti. She's sitting up in the in her boxing
home.
In her boxing home.
Her house.
Her home.
Her house.
Yeah, her house.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Jenard is still trying to get back in with Shanti. With Shanti is she's just ghosting him. After we saw the last episode, he tried to give her a chain and all of this other stuff. As she's still mad at him for not telling her about the meet with Che and doing other stuff behind her back. And of course, in walks Tommy, and Tommy here informs her. I like the way Tommy played this. He played this real smart and real smooth, where Tommy tells her, like, hey, congrats, I like that deal y'all made. Now that y'all moving to fentanyl and all that other stuff, and that
man brought it to the table.
Yep, he knew that was gonna set Shanti off, and it's this scene.
I get what you're saying now. Okay.
Yeah, it's this scene right where she let him know. Yeah, it's this scene where she let him know that he used to be.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be what?
That he used to be a fiend. Or was it the other scene?
This was the scene because he was like, "How's she gonna be dealing that?"
Oh yeah. This is the scene. This is the scene. Yep.
Okay, so this scene right here, so she just goes on a whole tangent, how she helped him get clean. Diamond asked her to get Jenard clean, and once again she goes behind his back and does this deal, and both of them realizes that the Samson boys can't be trusted because they're making shady deals. Well, not shady deals, but they're doing stuff behind their back in the coalition that neither one of them are letting them know exactly or what's going on or what moves they're making. Here we got Singh, as he's more than likely he's leaving the office, and he is going to his truck when Chan pulls up on him, and Chan basically threatens him, as Singh never told them that Ortega's nephew was going to be arrested for the unaliving of Claudia, and wants to know exactly why there was no heads up about it. And y'all remember his girl told him to tell them exactly what was going on, and Singh decided not to. Not about as far as Ortega, but remember when they had that lunch, she told him to tell Chan what was going on. So I feel like
Emma, his girl,
yeah. So I feel like this right here is just like a warning that Singh might not make it out. It might be Ortega and them just go ahead and take it out, because he never told them or gave them a heads up that although Singh didn't know it was going to be Ortega's nephew, he still never said anything about it, even after he got locked up.
But is it going to matter now, given the events of this episode? Is it going to even matter now? See, that's what I was thinking about too. Is he going to be able to slide out of this?
It could. I'm not 100%. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think it might still matter, because given though that she's out of the picture, like I said, Singh is still like, he's still gonna have to try to do. Matter of fact, when we get to later on, when we get to those scenes for the next episode, then I'll kind of get into the theory as far as like what Singh and Stacey Marks and all of them got going on.
All right.
So then we got Stacey Marks she's at the bar. She's doing nothing but just having a drink, and Tommy rolls up on her, which I'm curious to know how Tommy knew exactly where she was.
Don't make sense, right? Make it make sense.
Yeah, it was just like the way he just rode up on her, like, because we did see her look at her phone, but I don't think that was the burner phone, because it had her husband name in it along with some other names. So I'm just wondering how he knew exactly. I guess maybe he had eyes on her. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just stuff like that would just like, and we try not to nitpick, but it's just certain stuff like that. We'd be like, hey, let us see exactly like how he rolled up on her. But he rolls up on Stacey and basically tells her, like, any cases that are coming my way, I'm throwing them straight to you, which basically means that when these cases come, you will get rid of them. And you gotta handle them. Stacey also told him here, like, they can't be seen in public, which she was right. So that's why I'm still trying to figure out how Tommy even knew exactly where she was. But Tommy tells her, like, you work for me now, so whatever cases come my way, I'm throwing them directly to you. Which at first I thought he meant like feeding her information to get their rivals or whatever out the way. But then I realized he was talking about any cases that was thrown towards him.
Yeah, any cases with his name in it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he was gonna make disappear.
This is also where he decides to tell her that she's doing a great job. She's a good worker.
Employee of the month.
She was an employee of the month, and he give her $100 bill. She's like, I can't work for you. See, right here, then and there, he had her pinned down. He had her pinned down because basically he was telling her that she did a good job with that Claudia situation, reminding her what she had done. And you know what I started thinking at this point? It was here I started thinking Stacey might not make it out, because when they started doing this, the fact that she had the dream and all this is weighing on her conscience, the press conference, I'm starting to wonder, is Stacey, what I really thought was going to happen was she was going to end up confessing.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like this episode something was going to go down with Stacey because she's too much in her feelings about what she has done. She's feeling guilty about what she has done.
I definitely thought she was going to confess. I thought she was going to make it out, or at least this episode. But I definitely thought that she just was going to confess, everything that was going on. But do you think that Tommy cockiness was just a little over the top with the conversation that they was having?
Of course, but isn't that the same for every conversation he has with everybody?
Mm-hmm.
That's true, Dexter. He could possibly have people watching her, or he watching her himself.
But we should be able to see that, though. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
should have saw that, or should have at the very least saw someone
at least one point or another, so we didn't know. But like, even if it was like episode 4 or 5, we would be like, "Oh, you remember we saw it in episode 4? She got that tail on it from Tommy."
Good point.
Yeah.
I don't think that she could have handled this situation any different. One, she's in public.
Mm-hmm.
2, she's talking to a unaliver. So I don't think that there's nothing she could have done at this particular moment to have handled the situation. She did the best she could to basically get Tommy to go away. But yeah, it is curious to wonder how he knew where she was. Darnell, need to talk to you, son.
Oh man,
Darnell, I need to talk to you, son. JP rolls up over to D-Mac's crib, not Marshall's. D-Mac's crib.
Call it D-Mac's crib now.
This is D-Mac's place. Marshall don't live here no more. Marshall ain't never home. And I'm sorry, if y'all would have made this believable for me, this does not look like 2 young YN's apartment. It's all nicely decorated with furniture. It's dishes and dish rags in the kitchen there. This do not look like an apartment.
Ashtray with meat just in there.
This is like a model home apartment. D-Mac and JP are having a conversation, and JP comes over and he wants to have a conversation with D-Mac. He basically led with when I first came out, and D-Mac was like, "Man, I don't want to hear that." But Pops, he's like, "No, you need to hear this," because basically what we learned is when JP came out to his father did not accept his lifestyle choices. And he was basically telling D-Mac that, listen, me and my father didn't talk for a number of years after I came out. He didn't understand. He didn't accept what I was. However, I'm accepting you. If you part of the street life and that's what you want to do, D-Mac, because he calls him D-Mac. Yeah. He was like, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to support you. And then he was like, you know what? It'd be nice if you come by the house every once in a while and check in. And is it here where D-Mac asked about Kate? Didn't he ask about Kate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He asked about Kate.
Yeah.
And I keep wondering, why is he so concerned about Kate? Because I feel like this is the second or third time he's asked about Kate.
I think it's more so because I think it's I think it was because he was starting to build a relationship with her. Because remember when Tommy had had D-Mac held up in the house, she was the one who gave him money because he was trying to go meet and see Genesis. She was the one who gave him money and told, hey, go out, have a good time. So she was like, I guess it was just like he was developing that relationship with her and was just worrying about what was going on with her. Cause she was there every time from the times that, from when he got shot, she was in the hospital. Then when he had the infection, she was at the hospital. Like she was really treating him like a grandchild. And I think he started to gravitate towards that, especially since, his mother was in and out of his life. So I think that's probably why he was asking about her. And plus as a plot device, because we already know JP is out. JP is gone. So I think it's just like a plot device to show he worrying about Kate. And this is setting up the write-in for JP to get up out of here because now he's starting to wonder, about his grandmother and that stuff like that. That's what I took from it.
Good point. Support Gaming says, I don't think D-Mac is meeting Tariq. I hope Tariq don't show up over here. God, I know everybody want it, but I sure don't. He gives him a hug and tells him, I love you, son. I'll always be there for you.
It's what I thought. I thought this was his goodbye.
Yeah. It's not.
I mean, we know what we know, but
it's next week.
Yeah.
It's next week.
For
but
sure.
Not yet. It's coming.
It's coming.
Next week. It's next week. As Fresh mentioned in our predictions, they're sitting here gawking over their sonogram. And Tommy's like, oh, we're having twins. We're having triplets. It's a boy. It's a girl. It's 3 of them. We're going to name him Pablo Escobar Egan. And, Tomas. I'm just like, again, this is a clue. If you watch these shows and you follow the writing, happy moments don't last long.
Especially for Tommy.
Especially for Tommy. Especially for any of the protagonist characters. Any of the characters that are the lead characters, the protagonist characters, they don't hold on to happiness for long, right? So what are we seeing here? Are we seeing that, is it what I think is going to happen? Mireya is going to end up running off to Barcelona with this child and raise this child there. Is she going to get attempted at unaliving and end up losing the baby some kind of way? This is not going to be a happy ending.
Unfortunately, no power kids, no power babies last. So I think that the writing is on the wall, especially looking at the photos, is that something is going to happen and that baby's not going to make it.
Yeah, this right here, this don't even make sense right here.
Rhea might make it, but the baby
through this because this right here is so corny to me. Like this not real. This is not what we know is going to last for Tommy. These happy little moments, these little pockets of happiness, but you out here in the streets ripping and running and unaliving people. You have to imagine that none of this is going to work out in his favor. It's not going to work out in his favor. So I don't know what y'all on the show was here, but this ain't happening.
I'm gonna be the one to go out on a limb and say it's gonna work.
If it works, if it works, they're not going to be together. So it's possible that she may keep the child, but I'm going to stand on, I believe she is going to leave Chicago. She is not going back to New York with Tommy. She is going to go back to Mexico, Barcelona. She is going to raise this child outside of Tommy. And I'm going to tell you the clues to that.
Okay.
All right, so this, I don't know where Ortega is getting these hitmen from.
Bruh, Titus is a terrible hitman.
Terrible hitman. Did he get him off of Craigslist?
Temu.
I don't know where you got him from.
TikTok shop.
But I need to know why you so stupid, Temu. TikTok shop. He definitely did. Ortega is mad comfortable up in jail. This man is at a resort. I guess he got pulled like that.
I'm over Ortega.
Yeah.
He did come from the Disney Channel. I'm over Ortega too. I want something to
I'm
happen
over
to him.
Ortega,
At this
nice.
point, I don't understand why Tommy ain't even paid for somebody to snuff him out in jail.
That's what I would think, or at least make the attempt. But I'm just tired of him. I'm tired of his. He's kind of like I'm tired of his infatuation with Tommy too. So I'm just tired of him. Over it.
Support gaming. That would be that would be nice. We would love that. To interview Joseph Sikora. We would love to have a conversation with him.
That'd be awesome.
So the hitman is on the phone with Ortega, and he's basically telling him that Tommy did not show up. Since Tommy did not show up at the said place and time, that he is up in his fee, and that since you now want me to put down Miguel and Tommy, I need triple the money. Ortega tells him, "Yep, you'll get your money as soon as I get my bodies." And this dummy, or is it here where he says, "If I don't get them, you can go ahead and take me out too"?
Which was
myself, that's what's going to happen to you anyway.
Who volunteers themselves to go ahead and
who volunteers themselves for unaliving?
I have a question for y'all from this scene that I wonder if y'all, because this was something that was stuck in my mind. So remember, Ortega tells him, is it this scene that he tells him to start going after the sister?
No. It's after he called back after his failed attempt on Miguel. He calls back.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, it's after that scene. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And Ortega like, okay, you'll get your money. Okay, who wants it? Because this is where the problem is shown. It's a two-headed dragon at this point. This is where I realized that Diamond's drinking is going to be his detriment.
Yep. He's going back to jail.
So he meeting up with Kendra, which is the correctional officer that he was smashing last season or whatever, who he has been working with moving product through the prison system. She's there for a re-up. And, Diamond is sitting there having a little chit-chat with her, and he's drinking. Looks like Taylor Port. I don't know what he's drinking out of that bottle because it looks like a wine bottle. It look like
it was Jameson.
It might have been Jameson. I was thinking it was Taylor Port.
Yeah, it
was Kendra think that she finna get some. Kendra thought she was finna get some. He was like, I got a new business opportunity for us. And she's like, word, what's that? And she turned around and he wrapped his arms around her and everything. So she thought she was finna get some. He was like, we finna be moving that Fenty through the prison system. She's like, what? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think we need to do that. She's like, that bring bodies. And bodies bring, investigations, problems, whatever. Like, I don't give a F what you think. I don't give a F about those bodies. You finna do this work.
Yep.
And he got all aggressive with her too. He got real aggressive with her.
Which he did not have to. But
yeah, you have to talk to her like that.
But that's what you said. It goes to show it's his drinking because she was the one who said, "Oh, you drinking now?"
Drinking now?
Said that. I said that's when it hit me. I said, you know what? That's right. Because when he got out, he wasn't doing that because he said he wanted to keep his mind clear and stuff at all times.
He started when Leon got situated.
Yep, when Leon got situated. Yep, that's when he went back to the bar. Yep.
And now it's spiraling out of control.
But you know what? This goes even further to my theory that I think Diamond's going to end up back in prison. Yep. She might be the one to get him gone again.
Off of those same bad drugs that got him there.
Off them same bad drugs, because remember he went to jail the first time 15 years for a bad batch and got Seamus's sister in the coma, and that's why Seamus was shaking him down. So I feel like history is going to repeat itself with Diamond, but this time it's going to be far worse.
Yep.
And I think she's going to be at the forefront of it.
I don't know. I got enough theory about that, but we'll get to that once we.
Either way, his ass going back to jail.
Yeah, now that I agree with. That I agree with for sure. I agree with that for 100%. That he going.
Even if she's not responsible for making it happen, he's lost the ally with her.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with Shanti and Jenard. Like the women that have been having your back and supporting you and holding you down, you talking to them crazy, you in that bottle or whatever. She's seeing the change in you. She's not gonna want to F with him no more.
And
Life
also,
sentence for Diamond. Exactly. Diamond's
it also could be Tommy. Tommy might be the one that set him up to take the fall for Stacey Marks unalive.
That could. I thought about that too. The reason why I said we needed Stacey Marks alive at least until the end of the season to make sure these people go away. So I was trying to figure out how do we get them locked up now with Stacey Mark gone. So we still got Singh that's out here. Speaking of Singh rolls up on Stacey and questions her yet again. He's like, "Are you sure we got the right person?" And he was like, "Where did the tip come from?" And she's like, "Don't worry about all that." And she was like, "It's done. It's handled. Get out of my face." That's what she should have said. That's what she should have said. She should have told him. She should have went off on him like Diamond went off on that lady this while ago. You work for me. Don't question me. Like, but she's still sitting here letting this man question her down. And I feel like just as soon as he finds out that she is unalive, he gonna go undo those charges on Ortega and Ortega cousin. He gonna let them out.
I agree with that, but I think it's also going. I'll wait till we get to.
That could be how we get rid of Diamond. Okay, bet.
Yeah, I think so. I'll say it again. I also think, like I said, that he is also probably not even him. I'll wait till we get to the end. To bring up that theory.
Okay. All right. I don't want to spend too much more time on Stacey because Stacey she too much. She too much. Way too much. Speaking of too much, she don't show up over here to Mireya's place, aka Tommy's place. And I feel like we've seen this before already. Remember when she showed up to Mireya's place? I don't know if it was last season. I think it was last season. She showed up to Mireya's place to try to get her to flip.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I took from this was the reason why we needed this scene again was the aftermath of this.
Mm-hmm.
So she shows up to talk to Mireya and pretty much try to tell Mireya that her baby daddy is an unaliver and that she notices all the little baby books, the parental books, and the onesie with Barcelona on it is still laid out on the table. There it is. So
is that the hint?
It's the hint. It won't go away.
I kind of thought about that too, man. And not as you
go away.
The light
keep reminding us of that damn onesie with Barcelona.
They sure do.
I was just trying to figure out why it was still sitting on the table.
It's just she's looking at it every day and gee and oh, it's look cute.
Because I'm like, it's been there since she found out she was pregnant. It came home and saw the blood, so it's just been sitting at that table since then.
No, she had on the kitchen counter to begin with.
Oh, okay.
She tells her, "Listen, do you really want to raise this baby around your brother and unalive her like Tommy?" Mireya tells her, "I don't know what you're talking about. Get the F up out of here and leave us alone." And this right here, why are they having this weight heavy on her mind? Why is this? Why are the writers showing us that this is weighing heavy on her mind? She in the life. She know that her baby daddy is an unaliver. She came home to a crime scene. She know that her brother rip and run the streets. He's unalive people. Yep. Why all of a sudden now is this fear? Why is this weighing heavy on her mind if they're not going to have her kick rocks on Tommy? I feel like she's gonna kick rocks on Tommy.
You know what?
Because of the child, right?
Yeah, but that's what he means. That's what he's saying. Like, this is why they're putting so much emphasis on why she's worried about it.
Yes.
And I think it's probably, if our predictions are correct, after the interview that we had with Miguel's character, that I'm starting to lean in towards what Retro was saying, because if it's what we think it is and Miguel is the one that gets unalive, then that's when she's just going to be like, yeah, that's it.
She don't want to stay.
And she not going to want to stay. Now, the question is, though, because she's still not far along, is she going to keep that baby?
Mm-mm. I think she's going to keep that baby because if Miguel gets unalive, that's the only family that she has left now. Remember, she said that after the grandma got gone, and Miguel even said that.
Got blown up. That's right.
They're the only family that each other have left. So should she lose Miguel, I think she would want to keep the baby because that will be the only family that she has left. However, I don't think that she's going to raise it with Tommy. And then when she told, this is another thing I thought about too. When she told Stacy that if I'm going to tell Tommy you came by here today and I can't control what he may do with that. And when she finds out that Stacy is unalive, that might put some on her mind too.
Yep, I didn't even think about that.
That might put something else on her mind too. So I think that they keep showing us this.
Yeah,
this is the same reaction she had when she saw the little boy, when she saw the mama at the hospital last week, losing her mind over her child powering themselves. This is the same reaction she had when she came home and saw the mess at the apartment. They're giving us the same reaction out of her yet again. They are showing us this for a reason.
Yeah,
she finna be up out of here.
I didn't even think about that.
Especially after what happens to her next week. What happened to her next week? She on her way to Barcelona. So Jenard is still trying to get in touch with Shanti. He's sending her text messages. She's leaving him on red. Where you at? He said, I've been trying to hit you up all day. This ghosting me is whack. Hit me back. And he didn't have enough food sense not to go over there to that gym either. You notice that he keep texting and calling. He ain't went over there to the gym to try to talk to her because he already know that she ain't trying to hear him.
She's gonna put hands on him.
Tommy set up a nice play here. This was a nice play. I'll give it to you, Fresh. You said that in the group chat this Thursday night. This was a good play, but however, it's the fallout, the domino effect of this play is what got kicked out of the coalition. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
So he run up on Jenard and tell Jenard that he need to go make a delivery over at the clubs for Shanti. And Jenard said, what about I'm not an errand boy, you don't understand. You keep asking me to run up over here and do these little favors for you. He was like, I ain't your errand boy. He's like, well, then do it for your brother. And then Jenard was like, I can't wait to unalive you. Yeah. And again, this contentious, this acrimonious relationship between the two of them, it is going to come ahead. If it doesn't come ahead where these two face off next week, it's definitely happening in episode 9. But these two are going to have a face off, and only one of them is walking away from it.
But this was a ghost move.
This was a ghost move.
Yeah, it was.
Information that he had overheard, and plus what Shanti had told, and he used it to his advantage. The only thing I would have liked this scene, even if they would have, well, I guess they kind of did. So then he sends Shanti a text message telling her, I got to pick up for you 1 hour at the VT. I'll see you there. So we already knew at that Tommy was setting it up for the two of them to encounter each other.
I gave a standing ovation when I saw that text. I was like, okay. I was like, we're moving like ghosts now. He thinking live.
All right. So you picked up on this too, that this was the play right here.
Yep. Immediately. As soon as I saw that text, I said, oh, he was smart with it. Now,
I didn't think that Jenard knew about the clubs. I thought this is where I fall into confusion. And I can't understand when and where did they even find out about the clubs? Because I thought that the clubs, just like with the Albanians, was a side hustle that Showstopper and Tommy was doing. I didn't realize that everybody in CBI knew about Tommy and Shanti running weight up out of their those clubs with Elise now.
Yeah, because even remember Shanti had even, if I remember correctly, she had even mentioned to Jenard when they were still speaking about like them, like what she said, I'm working him and we moving stuff back through the clubs again. I could be wrong. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know, but I never thought it was like a side thing where like they didn't know, because you already know for a fact that Shanti was going to at least tell Jenard, you know what I'm saying? Like this what he got us doing.
DeMarcus will let us know.
Yeah, but yeah, I felt like he had already, like they had already knew that was part of like their whatchamacallit.
Okay, you might be right, because I was like when I seen Jenard roll up old girl and he spoke to the old girl like he knew who she was, and she was like, I think her name was Scarlett, he was like, she was like, Shanti ain't coming in tonight, and he again tries to reach out to Shanti and make contact with her, and she's sending him straight to voicemail. I feel like she got him blocked at this point. When sexy ass Jade roll up on Jenard, and I was like, damn, she looked familiar.
Yep.
I swear, we talked about this offline. She is in Jackie Promoters.
Mm-hmm.
She is in there, but that's not where I'm recognizing her from.
I know. I feel like I've seen her on an episode of Power or something, or
a video. I think she was a video vixen. I think she was a video vixen back in the day.
I don't know why I thought maybe she was like in the background of P Valley.
Oh, you know what, Retro? You are correct.
I think she was in a video. I can't think of whose.
Hold on. I got the video. I got the music video in my head. I'm just
Young Bird. I think she was in Young Bird's video when he first came out. Hitmaker. I think she was in his video.
That's not who I was thinking of. It's somebody else. I feel like it was a Nelly video she was in.
And she might have been, but you know them video vixens, they video hop.
Yeah.
In this person video, there was in that person video. You right, Jack. She might have been in P Valley too. She might have been in the background, P Valley, whatever. But she also reminds me of Bruchandria. I'm sorry, she did. She reminded me of Bruchandria from book 2, Ghost. She pull up on Jenard, right? And she approached him. She's like, "Hey, what's up? You know, you want to have a good time with me?" And you know, she showed him the stuff and whatever. She said, "We can take this." She said, "This tastes good." She said, "This tastes as good as I do." Right here. She's like, "You want to have a little fun with me?" And Jenard was like, "Nah, I got an old lady at home, whatever." She's like, "I ain't trying to talk about all that." She's like, "I'm just trying to have a little fun in the VIP." But I knew he was going. Yeah, shout out to 50 Cent. That was a nice plug with the Branson. Mm-hmm. That was a nice plug with the Branson. I was like, "Give me a shot too."
But the question I have is, he knew right then and there before then when he called Shanti, because when she didn't answer the phone, he said this smoke. Like he knew that Tommy had set him up. So I didn't understand why he stayed. Because he knew right then and there because he said it.
To figure out what to do with the work.
Okay. That makes sense.
That was the only reason why I would have stayed, is I need to figure out who I'm gonna hand this work off to, and which was stupid for him to not just leave there with the work and go to the boxing gym and try to deliver it there. Plot device, though. We know what plot devices are. He's supposed to stay.
Yeah.
So Jenard is wearing that thing out the frame.
Like she owed rent.
What? Man. I know that girl couldn't walk after she can't left up out of that bathroom. He would tear her ass out the frame, right? And so he pouring champagne all over her ass or whatever. He called her a bitch and everything. And then, you know, I had the subtitles on, so that's how I know. She said, "I ain't no bitch." I'm like, "No, you a hoe." You ain't a bitch. Yeah, you a hoe. And my thing is, why the bathroom?
I guess that was the VIP room. Support game at 9. When we get to that scene, I'll explain what part that he thought, what he figured out he got set up on. I'll explain that part. But he definitely knew before then.
Not now, though. Not now.
Yeah, he ain't know the full whatchamacallit, but he knew right then and there that, like, Tommy had him on like a dummy mission when Starz said, like, "Oh, Shanti ain't coming in here tonight."
And so Shanti busts up in the bathroom, and this was the first time I actually realized that she actually do love him. Mm-hmm. I thought she was playing mind games with him all this time. I really did. I really thought she was playing mind games with him. But she really did for him the long way. She really did care about him. All right, thank you for the $10 super chat, DeMarcus. We appreciate that. Jenard smashing Jay like Rico and paid in full, doing the Dougie dance. Jenard basically told Shanti, "Cancel this bitch. I'll go buy another one, Nino Brown style." Yeah, Jenard thought he was the man. He had to put that work in. Jenard had to put that work in.
Her name is Portia Coleman.
Yep. Portia Coleman. Now find out what video she was in.
Oh, trust me, I'm already on it.
I'm telling you, she was a video vixen too.
I'm already on it.
But for real, I realized here that she really did care for him. She was hurt. And she told him, man, this conversation was so powerful right here. And it actually spoke to the interview that they had. I don't know if it was on the Breakfast Club, but it was an interview that they had prior to the season start. And they asked them about their relationship, and they asked about who was in control of the relationship. So I feel like Jenard actually showed his true colors here to her. Because where she thought she had all this control over Jenard all this time, Jenard didn't see her as that. And this conversation was so telling.
She was in Get Buckin' here with DJ Philly Phil featuring Diddy, Akon, Ludacris. Got Your Back with T.I. and Carrie Hilson. And She Keeps Me Up with Nickelback.
Okay.
But she was the video vixen.
Maybe it's the T.I. video I recognize her.
It wasn't in fact the video vixen.
I knew it. I told you she looked familiar. I thought she was in Young Bird's video too. I'm still thinking she was in that one. She looks like the girl that was in
40 Years of Age.
She goes off on him and she tells Jenard that I would have done anything for you. She called a man a peasant. She told the man that he was a crackhead. She said everything she could say to him to hurt a man's ego. I feel like the only thing that she didn't insult him on was probably his endowment. Other than that, she drug him completely. He calls her a bitch and tells her that she thought that she was in control. She was using him to get to the top of CBI, that she was a bitch and that she worked for him. He's a motherfucking boss. All this stuff. I feel like this was him talking to himself. This was him gassing himself up, because for a minute, if you thought that she believed that you were any of those things, looking at this girl, you were just sadly mistaken, Jenard. And the only thing I wish that she would have did was I wish she would have ran them hands. I wish she would have ran them hands.
I thought for sure she was. I thought she was like she was gonna catch him with at least a hook or something.
Yeah, I want her to run them hands one time, just one time.
But I think when he was talking back to her, he was just saying that because he was hurt at that point. Ego was bruised and all of that other stuff. Because remember, before then, he was copping pleas, begging like,
baby, it was an accident.
It was an accident. Talking about we could talk through this. We could talk about
it was an accident. She jumped me from the back is where I'm stuck.
Yeah, like and then once she went off on him about him not being a king, a peasant, and all that other stuff, he feel like, nah, you ain't about to just talk to me like that. So I'm gonna get back. Plus, which we know later on that I think another reason why he said all of that, because we know later on is that he's high. Because we never even saw him take nothing.
That's true.
But so we didn't find out till later on that he's actually high in this scene. So of course him, you know what I'm saying, getting high, that definitely has something to do with it.
It wasn't no need for her to put hands on Jade because Jade's a trick. That's what she there for. That's what she there for.
Yeah, she did her
game. You so stupid. Some man fresh about to be happy now. She finna have showstopper.
This right here show like he was just saying it because now he crying like he about to cry like a little kid.
Yeah.
So that show he was just saying that back all because of ego. My question to y'all is right after this: where did she go get the bat from?
When I heard that Lotto come on, I said, "Oh yeah, she finna go do some Angela Bassett, Waiting to Exhale ish."
Nah, that's Jasmine Sullivan bust the windows out your car. I'm just trying to figure out where she got the bat from.
I don't know where
she's still there.
Yeah, maybe she picked it up. Maybe she picked it up from. Maybe it was in the alley. I don't know. Man, she worked that man car over. Worked that man car over. Yeah. She took all the aggression that she should have took out on him inside that bathroom on his car. She fucked his car up. She tore his car up, and she just what they should have did was had her leave the bat in the car, like in the windshield. That would have been dope.
That would have been funny.
That would have been funny as hell. So at this point, we find out that it was. I mean, we knew that it was, but we got confirmation that it was a setup with Tommy, and Tommy gave Jade a bag, and she even tried to give him some service. And she said, "Yo, your boy on that ish, your boy tripping real hard. Like he wore me out like I owed him rent." And my thing is going back to even the conversation with Shanti and Jenard in the bathroom. Why is she so bothered by him messing with the fentanyl? Like, what's the difference? He's selling coke already. You don't seem to be bothered with him being around coke, and that's what he was shoving that up his nose before the fentanyl
because
and the heroin.
Yeah, because I think that's why. Because at that point, most people that do fentanyl, they shoot it up. So I think she was more so worried about him going back. Because remember,
arms that okay, got
it. So because remember, the coke had stopped working, and that's when he moved over.
When he got a taste from old boy,
yeah,
of that other stuff. That's when he wanted that more. Yeah,
and she got him all cleaned up, and that's why she didn't want him even looking at it, because she had that feeling that like, yo, you around this, you gonna go. Because remember, she even said something when he bought her the brick that D-Mac and them stole.
Yeah,
and she said something there. So I think that's what it was mainly about. Like, he gonna go back to, he gonna relapse and start shooting up.
Hey, Jay tried to get Tommy some too.
Yeah.
Putting on Tommy too. This right here, man, this was mucked up. Fresh, you called us. I'll let you have this scene.
I was about to say, if you saw our predictions, we called it. I told you, as they say on Raise the Cane, the streets need a body. So already saw this was coming. That I know a lot of people, I can't remember who y'all thought was in the trunk of the car, but I automatically knew it was going to be Connor, and he was going to set up Connor. So Connor and Vic are at the penthouse, and they're having like all these flashbacks about them growing up as kids, and yeah, and the Flynn family name and all of this other stuff. And Vic, because he has no choice after talking to Jenard, that like, hey, like I gotta put this on somebody. And he didn't want to have to take out Connor, but he had no choice, because Jenard had already told him, like, Tommy knows that you're the one who hit up Peter's spot, so you have to serve somebody up. And of course he picked Connor to serve up, and after their toast, Vic apologizes and he unalives Connor right there in the penthouse. And after that, he ends up giving Tommy a call, and Tommy pulls up to a warehouse where they got Connor's body in the trunk, which, like we told y'all, this is exactly what was going to happen. So he basically tried to put it all on Connor and said this was all Connor's doing. He did it all on his own to get back their bars that Tommy had gave to Peter, and it's all handled and done with, so we don't have to worry about it no more. But Tommy still tells him, like, nah, you still working for me. You ain't nothing changing after this. Like, I still got eyes on you. So
what I couldn't understand is, why did he choose Connor? Why did he choose Connor instead of the other dude that they were running with? Like, why you had to take your best friend out, man, or one of your best friends out? Like, that was a coward move right there. Then you shot the man in the back. I'm disappointed, Vic. I'm very disappointed.
I didn't even think about that till you just said that.
I ain't gonna lie, I expected it from him.
I mean, as far as Connor, like, I guess maybe because maybe he knew it would have been easier for him to take out Connor versus I can't even think of the other guy's name. It's ready to tip on my tongue. But I figured maybe he'd figure out, because what I'm thinking is going to happen is, now that Connor is unalived, he's going to tell, I wish I could remember the other guy's name, that Tommy was the one who unalived him. He's going to try to put that on Tommy, so that when the Irish crew come back, like, they're going to go to war with Tommy, and he's going to say, like, hey, it was Tommy was the one who took out Connor after finding out the whole situation when they ran up in the bar.
How many more bodies are y'all going to drop off in this penthouse? I mean, Claudia put her girlfriend down there in the penthouse. Like, how many damn bodies are y'all going to drop off in this penthouse? Damn. Have a forensic team come through there and clean this place up. All this DNA in this penthouse.
And that's right.
Why you chose to unalive him in the penthouse just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Stacy back at her office. I don't know what she even doing right now. Stacy, go home, because there's nothing for you. She's talking to a reporter, and she's telling the reporter about, as a Black woman, and she's had this goal in mind all her career to do the right thing, and she wants to uphold justice. And we learn that what's motivating her, what's driving her, is that she lost her little brother in a stray bullet situation, and she took a vow to have a heavy hand against crime.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard this again, I said, yeah, something gonna happen with her.
I thought she was lying. Honestly.
And
she was just
I never thought about that. I thought that was, maybe you're right, because she tell lies every time she get on one of these press conferences, so you don't know whether or not this is truly the case. But I kind of saw that in her, though. I kind of see that with her, because she has been kind of tunnel vision with Tommy. You know, we've been trying to figure out why. So it helped me to answer why she had the tunnel vision against Tommy the whole time. So, you know, she's heavy hand on crime. Of course, we would get a dinner scene right after JP extended the invitation. Same day, JP just happened to have this Sunday dinner feast prepared for D-Mac and Genesis that happened to just stop by for dinner. It looked like they were eating meatloaf and macaroni and cheese, but D-Mac asked JP where did he learn how to cook, and he was like, his father. He's like, I know Katie taught you how to cook. You know, like his father taught him how to cook. And they're having a few tender moments here at the dinner table when I felt like this could have been a messy dinner. It kind of sort of was a messy dinner. It was not as bad as some of the other dinner scenes, but it was messy because D-Mac, you had no business putting that man's sexuality out on the table. Even JP was like, that's like personal for a first day type of dinner. D-Mac was wrong for that.
Yeah, I didn't understand why he did it though.
His name was Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay. Jimmy. I didn't understand why he did it though. And like he did it so boldly and loudly, like, oh yeah, you know, here's my pop, the one that's gay. And I was like, bro, why? Like you just starting to get to know Genesis, and you automatically just lead. I guess I kind of took it as like he's putting it out there, like he's not ashamed
anymore.
Pops is, but it was just like you, like, bro, this is your first dinner with Genesis and your pops, and the fact that you just came out and just, you know what I'm saying, like just so loudly said that. I was confused as to why, you know what I'm saying, like you would just do that. Even Genesis even looked confused and was just like, you know, like, okay, like okay. But we find out that she's what'd she say, gender fluid? Is that what she said?
Sexually fluid.
Yeah. So I mean,
and D-Mac was like, huh, what? He's like, you like girls all this time, you ain't tell me? I was like, okay. And then because she was like, I'm not offended, because when JP was a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah,
he was a little bit embarrassed, and she was like, don't worry, I'm cool, I'm not tripping on it, because she's like, I'm sexually fluid. And then we go on to learn, she was like, what did she say? She said, I'm surprised you're not doing more with your music. And he was like, how do you know about that? And she's like, oh, Darnell talks about it all the time. So all this is doing is setting us up for Darnell to have a major heartbreak when his father is unalive by the hands of Jenard. You heard it here first. Jenard is going to be the one to unalive JP.
Yep.
Come see me Thursday night. I'll be waiting for you. Come see me Thursday night. Jenard is going to be the one to put JP down.
Yep.
And all these tender moments with JP is setting us up for D-Mac to either crash out or to lead a game and go to Atlanta with Genesis. One of the two are going to happen.
Yeah.
King Kilo will be there, but I think it's going to be Jenard that's going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's going to be Jenard.
It's going to be Jenard to pull the trigger.
It's going to be Jenard for sure. Okay, I don't know where the balloons came from, but okay.
I don't know where the balloons came from either.
After it was about to pop on the screen or something, the clown, I'm like, okay, where the balloons come from?
don't know. You know, I have these little. You know, when I do the hand gestures,
Yeah.
the emotes do it. It's like it's supposed to be hit that like button. See, he ain't doing it now.
They do it when they want to do it.
Yeah, do it when they want to do it.
There you go.
Now it does. Stacy's back at her office, right? And she drinking and thinking still about her situation that she in. She torn up. And again, going back to the same thing that I mentioned about Mireya, they keep showing us that this is heavy on her mind. This is weighing her down. This is weighing heavy on her mind. I knew that this was going to end up being something that caused her to make a rash decision because it's so heavy on her mind. She don't want to be in bed with Tommy. She called Bobby over here to tell Bobby what's going on. She breaks down, or an attempt to break down in Bobby's arms. And she tells Bobby that she has been compromised and she don't know what to do. And Bobby's like, whatever it is, it must be bad, bigger than our marriage. And she was like, yes. He asked her, is it Tommy Egan? I think she didn't say yes verbally, but I think she nodded yes.
Yeah, she didn't even. I don't even know if she nodded. She kind of just gave him that look, like
she's like,
down. And he took like a couple of steps back.
Yeah, and he asked of her, do you want my help? I'm going to help you. She was like, no, I want to handle it on my own. And his parting words for her was, Stacey, you know what attracted me to you, what drew me to you was you always did the right thing. And even in this situation right here, everybody make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You're still going to do the right thing. So I feel like he put the battery in her back for her to go do what she ended up doing. Wasn't necessarily the best idea, but he did remind her of her willingness and eagerness and always wanting to do the right thing. So she felt like that drove her decision.
You should have reminded her that you shouldn't be doing this by yourself, knowing who Tommy is and knowing what he's capable of doing.
That's what I was waiting for him to say next. When he asked, was it Tommy? He should have warned her. He should have left her with a warning too, like, Stacey, you don't need to be trying to go after him by yourself. This guy's dangerous. Something to that effect.
Especially if she already wrapped around his finger right now. So just imagine to what extent that he will go. Should have had that conversation at least.
And that's why I have a question, but I'll pose it once we get to.
What did y'all think about this thing when y'all saw it? What do y'all think was going to happen?
Writing on the wall.
Yeah.
But y'all antennas was on, because I did not see none of that writing on the wall during this scene. If anything, I thought that at some point, like Bobby would maybe next episode was going to have her do something that threatened to turn her in if she didn't do, like, you know, something along the legal channels is what I thought. I did not see the writing on the wall at all.
You did?
Nah, it caught me off guard. I just thought that, like, now that he knows, I was like, okay, so next episode it's gonna be something, and he gonna be like, hey, like, you gonna do this, or if not, I'm about to tell, you know, you've been doing some illegal stuff or whatnot, especially since they was going through the divorce. That's how I looked at it. I did not know the writing was on the wall at all.
I felt like it because it was too focused on her. This episode was too focused on her. It started off with her with the nightmare. Then she went over there and see Mireya. Then Tommy rolling up on her at the restaurant. Now the reporter. Then her and Bobby. I said, yeah, this is too much Stacey in one episode right here. Something gonna happen to her.
Yeah, the nightmare didn't get caught. The nightmare didn't alarm me, but as we progressed like through the episode, I definitely was like, the writing is on the wall, and this kind of sealed it for me.
Hey, bro, not
wow. Wow.
Oh.
Hey, yo, you wrong for that.
Yo, I'm gonna pull up a picture of Bruce Lee.
Oh, you mad wrong. You mad wrong.
Oh,
you mad wrong.
Y'all need to stop it, okay?
Wrong.
Oh man.
Oh man. That's yeah.
Y'all need to stop it.
All I keep saying is
what was this? crash out all about? What? Why did she crash out after Bobby left?
I think she crashed out because she realized, like, what after talking to Bobby, like how far, like how deep she was in. Like how deep she was at. I ain't messing with y'all. I think she realized how deep she was in and what Bobby said to her, like it affected her. Like she realized, like, yo, I've been doing this the legal way, I've been doing this the right way all of this time, and now, like, here I am, like I was supposed to be this clean person, and now I'm in bed with Tommy, and now this is about to jeopardize and mess up all of everything that I worked for, which is why I think right after that, that's why she sent that text to Tommy.
This is what she's crying for, because she's finna lose everything she's worked for. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because right after that, she sent that text to Tommy. So I think that's when it hit her, like, you know what? She listened to what Bobby said. It was like, you know what? I'm about to make this right. Like, I don't care anymore.
I have questions about this phone, but we'll wait.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
This scene was horrible.
Come on, Jack. This got to be you right here, because I don't even know how to talk about this. I don't understand plot device. Miguel, you just got finished telling your whole crew to keep their head on a swivel, be on alert, and you just randomly parking in the alley somewhere. Solo dolo, no weapon in hand. You should be getting out the whip with the weapon in your hand.
With the weapon in the hand, and at least with two other people. Instead, you out here solo
I'm still
dolo,
stuck on the parking in the dark alley.
And then the hitters pull up. And if this probably wasn't the worst hit attempt that I ever seen in the history of TV.
Was he trying to choke him?
One jumps on his back. He turns around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dangling. No, he's dangling from his back.
Yeah, he's dangling.
Yeah, he had the upper hand on him at one point until Miguel realized exactly what was going on. And
when he brought him down to his knees, y'all hit that like button. When he brought him down to his knees, he had the upper hand on him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's almost sounds like I felt like they had to do a whole speech before they even went ahead to try to even do. It was like they was giving him time to even maneuver. Like, you supposed to be a hitter. This was supposed to be quick and over and done with.
Instead, a professional hit. Instead,
what we get is you accidentally stabbed the other hitter. I don't even remember the other hitter's name.
We never got it.
So you accidentally stabbed, let's just say, hitter number 2. You get him instead of Miguel, and then you take off
and run to the car. Ran to the car and jumped in and ran away.
After you
decided, last week when he was getting ready to take out Tommy, he had an assault rifle. He was getting ready to pew pew. But he didn't do that this week. He shows up with a 3-inch blade.
So,
wait, before we get into that, previously you tell Ortega that, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna get both of them to send me some more money. Now
remember
Garcia.
So remember, Retro, we had this conversation offline about this whole scene, and then it got me thinking of something as to why it led up to the knife and whatnot. So if you remember in the earlier episodes, Tommy and Miguel met in the same alley. They met in this exact same alley or whatever this is. So what had me thinking was that he's parking there because either this is like the other side of the Insane Prince's warehouses. Okay. And the reason why they didn't shoot him is because that would have alerted to all the Insane Princes inside and come out and take them out.
DeMarcus, thank you for your $2. And Noma had the best. I like Noma because she was in Bel Air. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense, Dan Fresh. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That was something I was confusion about. He picks up the weapon, which I don't know why he picked up the weapon, and spit on the guy. And I just think to myself, yeah, you just left DNA behind. and yells, "You tell Ortega I'm going to unalive him. You tell him." And I'm like, okay, yeah, this was the worst.
Yeah, this was the worst
attempt I've ever seen in my life.
It was terrible. I was still trying to figure out why he didn't have a gun on him himself.
Hey, for a second, just for a split second, just the blink of an eye, split second, I was a little worried about Kate right here when they started showing her. And I was like, where is she at? And then we were talking about it in the group chat. Y'all said she was at a shelter, not a shelter, but
rehab.
AA meeting. Meeting. And apparently she's one of the people that maybe hosts the meeting, whatever, because she's made comment about she needs to get the coffee out and get the meeting set up. But she gets a call from her grandson, D-Mac, who's asking for his Jordan 1s. And we saw that he was using that as an attempt to call Kate and see about her. Yeah. Because he's been asking about her all season, but this is the first time he's chosen himself to pick up the phone and call and see about her, even though he's been asking about her all season. But he wanted to see how his grandma was doing. And they had a real nice, pleasant conversation right here. And that right there, I said, here goes another happy moment for this family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew once
it ain't built to last.
Yeah, I was just about to say the exact same thing. When I saw this and saw how happy it was, I said, yeah, this is nothing more than a plot device. I said, this right here sealed the fate for me that JP is gone next episode, and now we getting Kate back.
Yep, we getting Kate back
to Chicago.
Yep. Shout out to Kate. Kate's still working. Kate been out since OG Power.
Yep.
It's really good to see her character come in. And one thing I like about Kate across 3 shows, because she was in book 2 too.
That's right, she sure was.
Across 3 shows, they have not changed her character.
Nope.
I really like what they have done with Kate. They have kept Kate the same. I just hope that the young lady that's playing her in Origins does her justice.
Yeah.
Because the actress that plays Miss Kate, she's done a great job over the years with Kate. And I wonder how her story ends. Okay, this is when I knew right here and there that Shantae threw. She finna do something crazy. She ain't done yet. Tearing up that car wasn't just enough for her. She got to get some more get back.
Yep.
And so in comes Tommy, who's being messy. He's just being messy, for real.
Yep. He was just being messy.
About, hey, I missed you at the club. You know damn well you weren't gonna see her. You know exactly what you sent her to that club for. Yeah. Hey, I missed you at the club. Messy ass. And she's like, oh, word? She's like, why you worried about that? You need to be worried about the Sampson brothers.
Yep.
He told me what you talking about. He's like, this is where she tells him about the hit out on D-Mac.
Yep.
And what else she told him? I feel like she told him something else.
She told him that's what she told him. She was like, where she said right here, she was like, you need to watch out because this is they tried to unalive D-Mac, and then that's when she also told him about Jenard being a fiend, because he never knew that she was the one. No. You know what? I'm sorry. I
thought she did mention Jenard again about helping him get off that stuff.
No, that was the first one that we saw, but this one right here is definitely what she tells him about
D-Mac.
Yeah, about D-Mac. Yeah. I mean, they kind of had a
hard... Oh, yeah, she told him about the 9/7s. She told him about the 9/7s.
It was.
She told him about the 9/7s, and she told him about the hit on D-Mac. But she didn't tell all of it. She told just enough to gas Tommy up, gaslight him, which she did.
Yep.
She didn't tell her involvement. But Tommy like, oh, word? And he run off. I'm gonna get you, Diamond. And we're not losing the brown looker, and everybody hanging out or whatever the case may be. And Tommy came in and pushed him, shoved him. And then they're like, what the hell wrong with Tommy? Tommy on this stuff? What the hell wrong with him? And Diamond like, did you just put your hands on me? He's like, yeah, I put my hands on you. You tried to get my nephew killed. And man,
you should have swung off on him early.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, when he pushed him, he should have hit him across the head with that chair that he was reaching for.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Like Diamond is probably what about 6'7". That Diamond is like he's huge, dude. Like you should soon as you tapped him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
This is also what he bring up about Jenard being a fiend. And he's
He
like,
did
I
bring
already
up
got that handled. Like he
He
clean. He
high
said,
now.
nah, he high right now. And that's
Yep.
when we find out that Jenard ended up snorting what was in that bag that Jay had bought to him. And then that's where I forgot who was it, Support Gaming. That's where he realizes that Tommy set the entire thing as far as him getting high up. Like he said it.
He even said it. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh, so you set me up."
Yeah, but Support Gaming was saying that he didn't know at the bar that Tommy had set him up. But we was saying as far as Shanti not being there, because when he hung up the phone, he realized like this month, you know what I'm saying, kind of put him in the trick bag of Shanti being there. But yeah, this is where we find out for sure. This is where Jenard realizes that he really got set up, and this was all a whole plot made by Tommy to get Jenard out of the way. And Diamond flipped him over that table like a wrestler.
Diamond been fighting and scrapping and boxing, and he was a professional boxer. Remember, he had won a couple of gloves or whatever. So Diamond got them hands, and he showed Tommy for sure that he had them hands. He's like, "This ain't what you want, Tommy." He was like, "Tommy, you better get out of my face. This is what you want." Man, Diamond wore his ass out down in that basement. Now I'm gonna argue. I'm ready for the arguments. Whoever want to get in this chat and argue with me, Tommy did try to run up them steps. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can say
he did.
Go get a gun. Y'all were trying to say he was trying to run and get in open space, whatever. It don't matter what he was trying to run and do. He didn't say what he was trying to do. He was running up them steps.
Hey, JK Network. It's funny you said that, because in my head I was like, if that was Ghost, I think Ghost would have gave Diamond a run for his money.
Ghost would have gave Diamond a run for his money.
Yeah. Kanan,
I think Kanan would have gave him a run for his money.
Yeah.
Kanan,
I don't think he would have been able to sling Kanan around like how he slung Tommy around. I don't think he would have been able to sling Ghost around like he slung Tommy around.
Yeah.
Kanan might not been able to give him them hands, but I don't think that he would have been able to sling. I mean, Ghost had a hard time with Kanan.
Yeah.
So Kanan was a big dude too. So I don't think that he would have been able to sling Kanan around as much as he did Tommy. Man, he slung Tommy around like a rag doll.
Yo, appreciate that super chat, bro.
Thank you, JK Network. We appreciate that.
But yeah, until Retro pointed it out, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I missed him trying to run up the stairs. So
You missed it twice?
No, remember, I had to go back and watch it. And when I watched it, I said, Retro, right? He did try to run up them stairs twice. It got pulled down.
It got pulled down.
Got pulled down.
So Diamond wore his ass out. But what I did like about the fight, one thing I did like about the fight, nobody jumped in.
Yeah.
They let them scrap. And I like the fact that they didn't pull on each other. Neither one of them upped on each other. So I said, okay, they still have respect for each other, even though they mad at each other right now and they throwing hands. Neither one of them up their piece on each other. So I was glad about that. But they end up pulling Diamond big ass off of Tommy, because if he would have stayed on Tommy, Tommy wouldn't have had a rib left in his body. If they would have left him one more punch, and Tommy would have been through. I felt like Marshall and D-Mac was holding Tommy up. Not holding him back, but holding him up. He wore Tommy ass out. And then this scene right here, I did not like. Just yelling at each other, "You lied, you're out." That was just so goofy. That was so goofy and poorly executed. They should have did something else. Jenard was happy. He was low-key happy.
Yeah, he was low-key happy.
Everything that was coming out of Diamond's mouth was Jenard's words.
Yep.
Remember, he told him, "I should have never let you. You a visitor here. I should never let you walk these streets. Tommy says you're nothing without me. Diamond says you're out of CBI for good." And I believe that. I believe that this is a wrap for them. They threw.
But Tommy made a point though and said that your brother brainwashed you, which he literally did, which Jenard literally did. He yeah, I could see that. Now, granted,
I don't know though, but you got to understand, they all grew up fighting in that gym. They all grew up boxing in that gym. They all. I mean,
you right, but
Jenard got some hands too now.
He does, but Jenard was a fiend for a minute.
So because he's a fiend, he can't fight?
bro, you kind of lose that stuff if you don't use it like that. We might see that next episode.
I think that might come out next episode too. Tommy and D-Mac should realize Jenard crew blasted up D-Mac in season 1 now. Yep. This was stupid right here too. Manuel, if you watching, no disrespect, you know I got mad love for you.
I love for you, bro.
Yeah, we got mad love for you, but this was stupid. You put yourself in this predicament. You put yourself in this situation when keeping it real goes wrong. You are the one that solicit Ortega's help to get rid of Tommy. Yep. You put yourself in this predicament. Now you mad because Che won't back you up? So Miguel is at his spot and he's called Che over for a meeting. And he's pretty much telling Che that Ortega tried to make a hit on him tonight and that he was pretty much asking for permission to go ahead and get back at Ortega. Yeah. Che is like, you don't got enough soldiers. What you need is that coalition. They are fortified, you not. And I'm just like, okay, this is going to further encourage Miguel to want to work with Tommy. But you know, and then Miguel got a little he got a little slick with Che, and Che's like, I'm gonna leave before you do something you regret. I like that. And is it still, I guess it's too late now at this point. It doesn't really even matter now at this point. What ends up happening with Che?
Well, I guess we'll speak about when we see the scenes from the next episode.
Okay, we can do that. I'm just curious as to how this arc ends. I'm curious. I feel like I know what's going to happen with Miguel's character. Mm-hmm. At first, I thought he was going to go to jail, but I think that he's going to be unalive. I think he's going to be
Miguel Che.
No, Miguel.
Yeah, I could kind of.
Miguel going to be unalive trying to protect his family or his in-law.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the scene right here.
Man, I wish this man go somewhere. Please. So, where Jack at? Jack,
I got a huge question for y'all because it's been on my mind ever since, and I saved it on purpose, and I did ask y'all in the chat. So this scene right here, we got Ortega. He's talking back to Titus, and he tells Titus, it didn't go well, whatnot, and now he wants to up it, and he wants you to start aiming towards Mireya as he says she's pregnant. I don't think so.
I thought that too. He might not be wrong about that. I thought that too.
Yeah, he might not.
But I think that's why I said, is it too late at this point? If we were going into other seasons, that would definitely come out.
Yeah.
But with only 3 episodes left and they got to close out, does it really matter if it does come out at this point? Because Miguel's going to be unalive next week anyway.
So here's the question I have for y'all, because this, like I said, when he said it, it kept clicking in my mind. So, do y'all think that Ortega has a man inside of the insane princesses?
I thought that too.
How does he know that Mireya is pregnant? Unless we didn't see a scene.
No, the hitter was the one who was telling Ortega. The hitter told Ortega.
No, Ortega said that. He said, "Turn your eyes on Mireya."
The way around. The hitter told Ortega that Tommy Egan was smashing Miguel's sister, and that word on the street is she's pregnant. He was telling Miguel that. I mean, he was telling Ortega that, and Ortega said, "Well, get her first, and then go get Tommy. I want him to suffer."
Dang, okay, well, that answer. Never mind my question.
But it still doesn't explain how the hitter found that out. But I guess it's in the streets.
Yeah, okay. Dang, I could have swore Ortega was the one that had said that. I must have not paid attention clearly to that whole conversation.
Yeah, you got that backwards. It's the other way around.
Because I was going to say, if Ortega was the one who found out, I felt like Cruz is probably.
You remember I said that though. I said that off jump. I said this Cruz guy, I don't know. My radar go up around him. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like he loyal. And that man don't drop 500 bags on you to get you up out of jail.
Yeah.
And you tell him?
Because the only thing I could think of was that we didn't get a scene where Stacy tells Singh that Mireya is pregnant. And he relays that information to Ortega. But now that you're telling me that it was the opposite way, clearly, I guess maybe, I thought it was Ortega that was telling him on the phone that she was pregnant.
That's what we're talking about now, Dexter. I don't understand how Titus found out that Mireya was pregnant. I guess it was in the streets.
It's a mole somewhere.
He got unalive last season.
Yeah, he got unalive.
He got unalive by Miguel, right?
Yeah.
So remember, he set up the grandma.
Mm-hmm.
He set up the grandma to get blowed up in the Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
He got unalive. This Cruz guy came out of nowhere. All right. Who wants it? Jack Fresh? Who wants it? Because, I already told you I don't have enough of Stacy today.
Jack can take it.
All right, so he links up with Stacy. It seems like they linking up in mysterious dark alleys or whatnot. But anyway, he links up with Stacy and pretty much tells Stacy was telling him that she don't want to play ball no more. That you don't run nothing. I'm done playing your games. I don't want to do nothing with anything. In fact, you don't even tell me what to do. Well, first, Tommy say you gonna play ball. I done had enough. I done already got beat on by Diamond. I done had enough, lady. Just keep playing ball. Just do your job. Do what I'm paying you for. Stacey said, nah. In fact, you under arrest for the unaliving the Claudia Flynn. I didn't expect that.
I can't stand you, Fresh.
I
can't stand you. Hold on a minute. I couldn't take it no more.
So Tommy's tired of talking at this point because now she's talking about arresting him. So he ups it, and then when he ups it, he let 2 go, and ding dong, the wig is gone. Like done.
I don't understand why they had her with that leg holster on, because they had the same. I feel like it's the same leg holster they had Claudia in when she was coming down them steps and when she was coming down that ladder in Tommy's apartment. She had that leg holster on too. She fumbling with her piece. Tommy don't upped on her and put 2 in the chest. Tommy, you gonna get enough of dropping federal prosecutors and walking away from it.
Bro,
how? How she's showing up to this by herself? First of all, she should have a detail, and she's running for mayor.
That's on her.
And she's running for mayor.
Oh, for sure.
No detail. And I feel like her and Miguel are sharing the same suburban. Like
I said, y'all
put yet another federal prosecutor down, one that is running for mayor. Boy, you got a lot of heat on you right now, Tommy.
Like I said,
and he had that phone in her hand when she went down. She had that phone in one hand and she was fumbling for her piece.
I mentioned that in the text message. I was like, that phone,
information, that phone. I'm telling you, leaving that phone behind is a problem.
Well, we don't actually know if he did because we never saw that he grabbed it.
Yeah, but when he walked up to her to put that last one in her chest, he should have picked it up then and walked away with it. I feel like OG Tommy in Power would not have left that phone behind.
I feel like Ghost wouldn't have. I feel like Tommy maybe would have. I feel like Ghost wouldn't.
Tommy would have left the phone behind.
But we see in the previews for the next episode, I feel like they're going to discover.
I wish she would have got that screenshot. She was holding that phone in her hand. She had that phone. I feel like
we're going to discover that phone for sure.
So I got 2 theories for that. Is that since it's so many scenes that we haven't seen, it's going to be left to believe that he grabbed the phone, or even if they do find the phone,
quick draw Tommy.
It's a burner, so they're gonna have a heck of a time trying to tie that to Tommy. The only person that's gonna know and realize that it's to Tommy is Bobby. But however, like I said, matter of fact, when we get to the scenes for next episode, I got a theory for as far as what Bobby is going to do as far as Stacy's unalive.
What I'm wondering is, and it's too predictable for her to have had her voice recorder on her phone. It's too predictable for her to have had dash cam on in her whatchamacallit. A lot of people are saying that she didn't have the authority to arrest Tommy. Yes, she did. She works for the Department of Justice. When you are a federal prosecutor, you are sworn in. You get a badge and a service weapon, just like you do if you are a police officer. She did have the right to arrest him. She was not just a DA agent. She is a United States attorney that's running for mayor. Tommy got all kind of heat that been to come down on him, bro. I don't know how he gonna walk away from this.
But yes, this is why I think that it wasn't recording, because it's just going to be the same with Proctor all over again.
Exactly, Alex. I agree.
So that's why I feel like she wasn't recording on that right there. It'll just be.
But at some point, this shit becomes nonsensical.
Yeah.
This shit becomes nonsensical when this man is able to put down a federal prosecutor that's running for mayor, and the fact that she out in the streets at 10 o'clock at night by herself.
I mean,
come on, man.
I guess she felt like Tommy wasn't going to do. I don't know, man. But
it wasn't smart.
Yeah, it wasn't smart at all.
It was her downfall. It was to her detriment. But at the same time, Bobby put that battery in her back.
Yep.
Bobby gassed her up to do the right thing, and this was her attempt at trying to do the right thing. She told Tommy, we didn't even really talk about the scene because CJ in the damn screenshot had me gone. CJ in the screenshot got me gone. We didn't even talk about the scene, what was exchanged in the conversation.
Oh, go ahead.
But she basically told him that she don't had enough, and that she got friends in high places still that she can call favorites in for. She may not be able to make it to mayor, but she was done working with Tommy. And when she mentioned you are under arrest, Tommy was through. Tommy don't got his ass whooped. Tommy got that little swoop to swoop going on with the hair.
Yeah, he had a big old bruise on the side of his neck.
Yeah, Tommy was through. Tommy like, man, I'm tired. And I ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about. Put two in the chest. And just like that, Stacy Mark is gone. Poor Stacy. This is in the trailer. I said this. I don't know which review I said. I said, wouldn't it be funny if it was Bobby uncovering Stacy out of that sheet?
Yeah, I feel like you said that in like episode 2.
I think so, but I never thought that it was going to be Tommy that put her down. I don't know who I thought was going to put her down, but I never thought it was going to be Tommy to put her down because she was working for Tommy right now. So it didn't make sense for Tommy to be the one to put her down. I thought it was going to be Vic that eventually got tired of her and put her down.
And now that I think about it, since you said that, Tommy might try to tie that to Vic. It's unaliving a Stacy.
I think Vic and DeFranco gonna work together.
That's a good theory. So I got 2 theories for this as far as that phone is concerned. I think for one, Bobby's gonna feel guilty as far as putting that battery in her back of going to
after Tommy
to make it right with Tommy. 2, I also think he is going to cover up that she was dirty.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to cover that up. He's still going to go after Tommy, but he's going to cover it up because it's going to be a stain. And I think also Singh is going to join in that covering it up because it's going to be you know what I'm saying? That whole task force is going to look dirty. But I definitely think if there's a phone left, Bobby's going to find that phone and he's going to hold it. He's not going to tell nobody about that phone.
Much like Paz did with Angela.
Yeah,
with the phone.
he gonna
See,
cover.
I thought that Singh was gonna put her business in the street, so he could get sworn in as the new U.S. attorney and blame everything on Stacey, and that was his goal. That was gonna be his way to get Ortega out of jail. So we see that two different ways. So I like your way better.
I mean, Singh still could get Ortega out of jail without putting the blame, because it could easily be like, well, now that Stacey Marks is gone, like we don't have a case or anything like that anymore. So, you know, Ortega gets out of jail. But now that you said that, he still could put it on her to say that, like, yeah, she's dirty. And you know,
it depends on who finds the phone.
Yeah.
It depends on who finds the phone, or are they gonna just play with our intelligence and just not even reference the phone, not even go back to the phone? Because it's gonna have to come out. It's gonna have to come out when they see that she was texting Pageant Inc. Pageant Inc. was one of her donors.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they're gonna make it. They're gonna put dirt on her name. She's a black woman.
Yeah,
they're gonna put dirt all over her name. I like your theory better though. I like if Bobby finds the phone, Bobby covers it up, cleans it up, pins it up. I mean, but it's not really a pin up though, because Tommy really is responsible for all of this. But I think this is going to put a battery in his back.
Yeah. See, Floyd does. He rolls over the legacy. It's already confirmed. It's already firm.
The only one. I'm probably finna take some mad shots right now. I'm probably finna take some mad shots from what I'm getting ready to say right now. But I'm tired of Tommy too. Let me put it this way. I'm tired of this version of Tommy.
I think after this, because like I said, so we're on episode 7. So I think now at this point,
you're right. He do got a big ass bruise on his neck.
Yeah, he got a big bruise on his neck. So I think now we're about to start seeing the shift of Tommy using his brain, where like the stuff that Ghost taught him has rubbed off on him. Because the last 2 episodes we've seen, like the way they've written it, he's been kind of moving like Ghost. So I think like going forward, even over into Legacy, like he's going to start moving strategic and what it is. I think at this point, like we're not going to get that Tommy, although we saw a bit of it when he fought with Diamond, but we're not going to get that Tommy that automatically he jumps off the handle without thinking first.
I hope so. And maybe you're right, Fresh. Maybe after the events of this season of Force, it's going to change up how Tommy moves a little bit. I need that to change up, because otherwise we're getting the same thing just in a different title.
Especially with him losing JP, yeah,
and losing Mireya.
Yeah, he could lose Mireya. I will hope not. I
don't mean lose her in the sense of her being unalive. Lose her as in losing her and the baby, because she's not gonna want to be around him. She's gonna be scared of him.
I see what you're saying.
And then think about it. Think about what she's gonna have to go through. She's gonna have to go through going to JP's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna have to go through attempt on her life,
and possibly
gonna have to go through burying her brother.
Mm-hmm.
This gonna be too much for her. All that's gonna run her into hiding, and then she's gonna think back on that last conversation that her and Stacey had. She's gonna want to get away from Tommy. Now, Tommy may spend some time trying to find her and to find the child. That could be a storyline for him in later seasons of Legacy. But I think by the time Tommy meets his child's gonna be a teenager.
That could be, because right here in this scene right here, it was him and Mireya talking, and I think I'm wondering who, since he's telling her to be quiet. I've seen a lot of people say this scene right here, he's calling Tariq. You can't make me believe that he is calling Tariq in this episode right here. Ain't right here in this scene. There's nothing about it that would make me think that he's calling Tariq. I think it has to be either somebody is at that door of their crib, or Tommy thinks that like their crib is bugged or something.
Yes.
Or something along that line.
Out of the 74 people that's in here right now, I need for somebody to make it make sense to me why he would pick up the phone and call Tariq.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Why Tommy Egan would reach out to Tariq.
Yeah.
Of all people, why he wouldn't call for a 2-bit, why he wouldn't call for some hitters from New York, why he wouldn't call from some of the other crews that he ran with in New York. Why would he call Tariq? I know everybody wants this to happen. I know that we need this to happen for Tariq and Tommy to reconnect, but Tommy and Tariq didn't end on good parts.
Yeah. I don't, before we go forward, our last thing on that is I don't see him calling Tariq. I feel it's going to be the same way like how book 2 ended, where the credits roll, and then we're going to see that scene where Tommy makes that call to Tariq, because it's like Retro was saying, there's no point him calling Tariq. What would be the point for him to bring Tariq in? Tariq can't win no war. Who would Tariq bring to Chicago to help Tommy?
Right, when Tariq was begging Tommy to help him with his war back in New York
against Monet.
So against, do you think Tariq got different connections now since he linked up with
and that could be a possibility.
Exactly. But it don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Like if they write that, I might not even watch Legacy.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense what Tommy would forgive Tariq for unaliving Ghost. First of all, it don't even make sense that Tommy would not have beef with him about that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense that Tommy would forgive Tariq for having him attempted to be unalive with the Italians. I could see him forgiving Tariq for stealing the product from him, but all the stuff that Tariq has done, I don't see Tommy just forgiving him and wanting to have him around him. I wouldn't even want Tariq around me if I was Tommy.
For that theory,
when he got his nephew there, that's the same as Tariq.
Yeah,
his nephew is the same thing as Tariq, young, dumb, and a hitter.
Darth Seth, I have a theory for that as far as like the new re-up. Yes, but this is after.
I think that's what he goes to Che for, because in the preview. Oh, well, let's get to the next one. Yeah, so I agree with you on this scene right here. Either he's telling Mireya to be quiet because he thinks that the apartment is bugged, or he don't want whoever he's talking to on the phone to hear Mireya in the background. These two fools right here, one high, one drunk. Is this where Diamond says that we don't know who Tommy's got working with him?
No, this is the one where he said Tommy lied to us.
Yeah, what? Yeah. What did he say he's lying about? What lied about? What?
I think I'm thinking it's about. I think somehow, some way.
Exactly. Tariq can't throw hands. Yeah,
Tariq can't
barely shoot.
Right, because he got the crap beat out of him by
Kane.
If it wasn't for
and the little fellow that was in the pool. Remember the little fellow? Everybody. Right. So, everybody. I would see him call 2-bit before he called Tariq.
Yeah.
But plot device, we have to have Tariq reconnect with Tommy, but they would have to make it make sense for me and make it make sense for the rest of the viewers why Tommy would forgive Tariq for unaliving Ghost.
I think we somewhat saw it in book 2 when they spoke to Tariq and he told Tariq the only reason you're alive is because of Tasha. So I think because remember he was going to unalive Tasha, and then when Tasha knocks him out, both of them, they have their little heart to heart, and then it's like it's bygones be bygones. So he's no longer going after Tasha anymore for unaliving Lakeisha.
So that's a very good question. I mean, that's a good point too, Fresh. So that's a good question, Dexter. What I'm going to say the answer is, where's the Force timeline compared to book 2? I think the Force timeline is season 4, the end of season 4, book 2. I think that's where the timeline is. It has to be. Because remember, Tommy shows up in season 3.
Yeah.
He shows up in season 3. And Kate shows up in season 3.
Yeah.
So I think where we're at in the timeline for Force is we're at the end of book 2.
But my theory for this is two things. Either one, when he says that Tommy lied to us, I think either one, he finds out.
Tariq will put hands on Diamond.
No, he wouldn't. I think
put hands on Diamond. Tariq.
Clearly, you ain't watched the show. So I think that either Diamond is saying, I think two theories. I think either Diamond finds out about Stacey Marks, because remember, Diamond and them, they didn't know about Stacey Marks being on the payroll.
Hold on a minute, Fresh. Let me get J Network together. Okay. So when we first started out with book 2, we didn't like it either. We did not like it. We watched season 1, but we did not cover season 1 because we did not like Tariq. I think what made book 2 entertaining for me was the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast carried book 2 for me. It wasn't Tariq. It was the story that they did with Monet and the Tejada family, with Method Man and Davis's character, with Sax. You got to think about it. Book 2 had all of the rest of the cast from OG Power. So you had 2-Bit, you had Tasha, you had Sax, you had Jenny Sullivan, you had Blanca. You had a lot, Braden, Effie. You had a lot of the original Power people. It kind of made it feel like I was still watching Power. Some of it was a little nonsensical. Book 2 got better as the seasons progressed for me. It wasn't really Tariq's story that I was interested in. I was more interested in the Tejadas. I was more interested in the situation with Noma and them than I was with Tariq. That's crazy. Go ahead, Fresh.
Shoot. I forgot what I said. Oh, yeah. I think it's he's saying that about, like I said, because none of them knew about Stacey Marks. So it could be that.
They didn't know that Tommy had Stacey Mark. Okay.
Because he said, Tommy lied to us. That's what I kind of think it's more so about, that they find out that, like, yo, he's had Stacey Mark. And it might even try to put him off as Tommy being a snitch. Or it could be something along the lines of
or he lied about the whole Miguel situation.
That too. That's what I was thinking of.
Or
like they find out
lied about the whole Vic situation too. Because I mean, think about, what did Tommy lie to them about?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying last week, Dexter. That's exactly what I was saying last week, that Diamond might find out that Tommy gave Miguel that money. But even he said it in this episode too, though. Didn't he yell it out? You lied, you lied, when they were arguing, when they were fighting, when they were pulling them apart. Didn't he say something about he lied then too?
Yeah, but I don't think he know. I think that's probably what's more than likely going to come out afterwards.
What is Tommy pulling up on Che for?
I think here is where he's pulling up on him to let him know that, like, the code. I think he's going to try to probably tell him to stop doing business with Jenard and Diamond, and that
they sell the fentanyl.
Yeah, just set. You know what I'm saying? Like they move fentanyl, as well as, like, yo, he's teaming up with Miguel, and they're the ones that's going to take down the Ortega and the cartel and all that other stuff. Because Che even said to him right here, like, you had a lot of balls to meet me by yourself.
Okay, I can see that.
So I think that's where it's on. Now this right here, I don't know.
I know
it could be Bobby, but I have a feel like that's not Bobby just because of the gun. That's not
Bobby. Because isn't this after Bobby makes that phone call to Vic and tell Vic that Tommy's a lone wolf now?
It could be Vic.
It could be Vic. I think it's either Vic or Tommy. I mean, or Bobby. I think it's Vic or Bobby.
I think it's Vic just because of the gun.
I think it's Vic.
Okay. We'll see on Thursday night.
Because I was like, unless Bobby got that gun from
what is Vic upping on him then?
Because that is not like a standard gun that a police officer, not saying that he would use his own actual gun, but like that gun right there, that is not a standard, like, issued type police weapon that a police officer would usually use. You can look at the barrel. So I kind of think that's probably Vic.
What would Vic be up and on Tommy for? Basically telling him to leave me alone. I ain't working for you no more.
It could be because for him unaliving Stacy, like he messed up the whole plan.
Or you unalive my sister.
That too.
Okay. I think it's Bobby telling Tommy, issuing him a warning. I know you unalive my wife, and I'm finna come and get you.
It also could be Gus.
Now who the hell is a damn Gus?
That's Bobby's partner, the one that smashed Cruz's taillight.
Oh, the dirty cop.
Yeah.
And why would he be up and on Tommy?
Shoot. Maybe because he finds out from Bobby about the whole situation, and you know he dirty, so he like, hey, I go pull up on Tommy on his own. Like,
and where is this at? This looks like this is.
It look like it's outside.
Yeah, look, it's outside at a park or something.
So
when Starz drop them pictures, we'll get a little bit more insight on that.
We'll get a little bit more insight.
I need to look at those a little bit more before we can have an accurate prediction. I'm going to lean with is either Vic or Bobby. But I'm leaning more towards is Bobby. Y'all leaning more towards is Vic, so we'll see. Is this before or after the attempt on her life?
This is before. I think this is before because she says to Miguel right here to join up with Tommy.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's just one man. And I think this is where she's gonna be like, well, both of y'all are in the same, like y'all both in the same category now, so y'all need to rely on each other because now that
y'all need each other. Both of y'all need each other. Because
Tommy, I can't remember if it was this. I don't think it was this one. I think it was in the season 3 trailer. Tommy says that he'll burn CBI
to the ground before you let them have it. Yeah.
And Mireya says instead of burning it down to the ground, why don't you just take it back?
Yep.
I think that's exactly what causes Tommy and Miguel to join forces right here because they're both back against the wall, and plus Ortega has it out for both of them. So at this point, she's like, "Why don't y'all just join up?" And
especially after they make that attempt on her, that's definitely going to lock them in.
Yeah, that's why I think that's before. Shoot, I don't even remember. Her scene was so fast. I don't even.
Yeah, Jack. I thought we talked about this in the comments because I think I asked y'all in the comments who was Shanti talking to because I thought it was Jenard.
I don't think it was Jenard. Hers was so fast, like we didn't even really get to see who she was talking to.
If DeMarcus is in here, tell us who she was talking to.
I feel like she was.
I'm gonna tell you what else. I'm gonna tell you what else. I think Showstopper's gone next week.
Nope, she's in episode 9.
She in episode 9?
Yep.
Is she in? How you know she in episode 9? From the trailer or from the credits?
The credits.
Just because she in the credits.
I mean, it could be unless there is a flashback. She is in episode.
I guarantee you that Stacey Marks will be in the credits on next week episode.
Well, I mean, yeah, her dead.
If they show her
alive body in it, so
yeah.
I
don't know that scene with Diamond and Jenard where they was like,
I'm going to tell you about that. I have a theory for that.
Okay, well, let me hear
it. I have a theory for that. Now, this is the one I'm curious about who this is that's in the Insane Princess warehouse. Because you can see the purple light.
Is that hitter again? Trying to come after Miguel?
No, he looks like he a little bit smaller than that. I don't think this.
Yeah. This is why I'm thinking that this is Cruz or somebody in the Insane Princess that's about to come up and try to unalive
Miguel.
This right here, he's taking out JP.
Yeah, this is JP.
Yeah, this JP's gone.
This is JP. Yep. This is absolutely JP.
Yeah.
And Jenard is the one that's going to pull the trigger.
And I think this is where they maybe possibly.
But guess what? I'm gonna hold you one twice. Not only is he gonna put JP down, but he's gonna put King Kilo down too.
I kind of see that.
King Kilo is threatening him, bullying him. This would be the perfect situation. He already they busted him first of all, they bust in there looking for D-Mac, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
He already put that out there to King Kilo that he would drop D-Mac just to be sure. King Kilo already said that he was going to check back with the gang to make sure that story Jenard came over there and told that big ass lie checked out. I think this is an opportunity where he's going to take out D-Mac's dad for fun, and he's also going to leave King Kilo unalive there too.
Now that you said that, I think that he's not going to, because now since they're going up with Tommy, they're going to need as many people as they're going to need a lot of hitters. So they're probably going to try to join up with King Kilo to take out Tommy and keep that plug running with Che.
They got it right now without King Kilo. They got it right now.
That's true. Yeah, now that King Kilo was in their coalition, and now that they got more bodies, that's going to, because now that that scene that we were talking about earlier with Shanti, I just remember what she said in that scene. She said, "We're about to see a war like we've never seen before."
So maybe she's talking to Tommy then. She's probably talking to Tommy.
Yeah, she's probably talking to Tommy for sure.
Jack, you awfully quiet. What's your thoughts?
I don't know about getting rid of King Kilo. That I ain't really sure of. You know, of course, this is
that JP is up out of here.
Yeah, that's JP. I can almost see like the shadow of his glasses.
Thank you. Hey, I was wondering if anybody was going to notice that, because I said that the first time I saw it, I said I can see the shadow of his glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done for, but we already knew that. So is this? I guess is this JP? I mean, not JP. Is this Jenard looking for Tommy and he's having to run into JP, or is this Jenard looking for D-Mac and he's having to run into JP?
I think it's a bit of both.
He's looking for D-Mac
because we know that they're in the crib. They're in Kate's crib or JP's crib, whatever that house is. We know this is the house,
Miriam's house.
Yeah.
Yep. Whole thing,
man.
So, just run to the airport.
But I just want to know.
Just run on to the airport. Go on to Barcelona.
I don't know if it's going to be Cruz. I don't think it's going to be Tommy. But somebody here is going to be because as you can see, Titus is behind her. I have a feeling somebody is there that's going to take Titus out. I just don't know who though. And it could be Cruz, because he did tell Cruz to watch his sister.
He did tell Miguel that he was watching his sister. Yep. Poor thing. Just run onto the airport. Don't take no clothes or nothing with you. Just run.
So,
one-way ticket.
This scene right here,
I feel like a showstopper.
Nope, it's Kendra.
It could be Kendra.
Because before he unalives her, he says, "This is just business,
bitch."
and
David is on that brown looker. David is on that brown looker. He crazy right now.
So
brown looker, he acting a fool.
But I think this is Kendra
Could be
that
Kendra.
he unalives because she doesn't want to move that fentanyl into jail.
Yep. It could be
And
Kendra.
she tries to use I thought, we had something special. We had feelings for one another. And that's where he uses this isn't personal. This is business. Because I feel like because if you look at it, the pictures that we got from where Tommy is in that alley, none of us knew that was going to be Stacy Marks. So I think they made it look like that, this is going to be Shanti. Like it's going to be the obvious, where it's not. It's going to be Kendra.
Okay.
And it might not even be. Well, nah, it's Kendra. Just because of what you just said earlier, Retro. It's Kendra.
It's not Shanti, it's Kendra.
Yeah.
It's Kendra. And that was the whole purpose of her being in this scene, this episode.
In this episode, yep.
And the whole reason where she's against selling the fentanyl. So I'm gonna let you have that one, Fresh. That one's a good one. That's a good one.
I think that's exactly what it's gonna be.
We just wanted to be showstopper.
Yep.
All right. So That was a really good episode this week. It was a really, really good episode. And it sucks that this is the last season because I feel like this is the best the writing has been for this series. And it's really, the pacing is really good too. The pacing is not dragging stories along too long. I feel like the only thing that they dragging along is this whole situation with Ortega. I feel like we should have packed this up by now. We should have packed this whole situation up with Ortega back in episode 5. We're dragging this along too long. But other than that, I feel like all the rest of the pacing has really, really been good this episode. What y'all think, fellas?
I agree.
It's been up and down for me, man, to be honest. But as we got in the later episodes, like I said, the previous episodes, it got better. And this one, I mean, I didn't have a cigar due to a celebration. But, I might have a cigar like really, really soon. I'm thinking at least episode 10 I should have another one. Because I feel like something's gonna happen to
it. Just sucks that this is just the last season. I feel like we should have got at least 4 seasons.
Yeah, I think we could have got one more, but I think like me, Retro, like me and you, when we was talking offline, that now these companies are getting to where it's just like, oh, it's getting too expensive. Like, let's just cut it off. Because remember, I can't remember who it was that did the interview that halfway, they didn't know that they were canceling this season until halfway through.
It was book 2.
No, not book 2. I'm saying as far as Force is concerned, they didn't know until like halfway through that they were canceling Force. This was going to be their last season, and that's where a lot of stuff got rewritten.
They did it with BMF too, right? BMF is done, right?
Yeah, BMF is done. I can't remember who it was that did the interview, but they didn't know. They said they didn't know until later on, like halfway through.
Was it Miguel?
It might have been Miguel. I think it was like episode 4 or something like that. That's when they found out that like, oh, this is our last season, and then that's when stuff got rewritten and all of that stuff. I think they didn't know before.
I hate to go down memory lane, man, but I was watching The Sopranos, and one of the seasons had like somewhere between 14 to 15 episodes. You know,
I would have been cool in the last season if it was more episodes. Yes, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's what I think we remitted, you know, and sometimes we cut short because I'll be looking at the minutes like, man, this episode was only 48 minutes. Like, what type of...
I think because we got spoiled by the last season of Power. We got spoiled by season 6.
And we haven't seen that since.
We haven't seen it since.
For sure. Because, so Raising Kanan is the only one that went past season 4, right?
Yeah. Yep. We're on for season 5 coming up.
Yep.
So, I mean...
And I think that they're also...
But it was cheaper for season 5.
It is cheaper for season 5. And I think we're going to probably get some of those characters from Raising Kanan roll over into Origins. We already know Tremont is.
Mm-hmm.
Already know what Tremont is. So you can't have Tremont without a member of the Thomas family. Kanan don't know who Tremont is.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have Marvin or Lou or Rock or somebody, which I don't think it's going to be Rock, but I think we're going to have at least another member of the Thomas family in Origins, at least the first season. I could be wrong.
It's going to be Lou.
Seafluid, we spoke about this. I don't think it goes to Cali only because of production calls.
Atlanta, though. They talked about Atlanta in book 2, and they're talking about Atlanta over here in Forest. Could it be Georgia?
It could be. Or we could finally see that overseas. We could finally see that overseas that people have been talking about for a while. So we don't know. But
what would be the reason why they would go overseas? Tommy is supposed to be unalived in New York. He's not going to walk out of Chicago. He's probably going to walk out of Chicago with a bounty on him.
I mean,
so maybe that's why he needs to leave the country.
It could be, or they going over the country to raise their baby, and then of course all of this stuff starts to trickle down while him and Mireya are trying to raise their child.
Yeah.
And that's how that could be how Legacy pops off, where he ends up calling Tariq. That could be the first episode that we see. It might not even be at the end of this season.
What we do know, and we know this from talking to the cast, And we got some other things cooking up for the channel for other cast members from this season. So hopefully we can get some insights from them when we have their conversations. But what we know so far is we know that episode 9 is a false finale. And meaning what they're saying is episode 9 is really going to end the story of Force. Episode 10 is going to start a new story. So I think episode 10 is going to be a pilot for what Legacy will become.
I can see that.
Me too.
It's going to be the aftermath of what happens in Force. And I think wherever they're going to be at, Tommy will already be there.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't see Tommy waking up in Chicago in episode 10. He's either back in New York or he's wherever new destination is.
I can see that.
And I feel like we would have to take Kate with us too.
Well, we know D-Mac gonna be there, and I'm sure Tariq's gonna be there. So.
Can't leave. And is that what they're trying to do with D-Mac? Me and Jack talked about this. I think Jack mentioned it in the comments other night in the group chat. Why are they trying to make us like D-Mac all of a sudden?
They're trying to brush up.
I told you the answer was they were trying to clean him up for Legacy.
Yeah, they're gonna make him likable. That's why they're doing everything they're doing now. It's like the phone call, the Kate, the dinner with JP. You know, the things he's saying to Genesis. You know, he scored a 1400 on this SAT and all this. He's such a smart kid. You know, but a few episodes ago, couldn't stand the guy. The guy was moving. The guy was moving wild. He was sporadic.
But if we have Tariq, why do we need JP? I mean, why do we need D-Mac?
Tariq not likable
because it's all family.
They're the same. They're the same character.
Tariq ain't even likable.
They're the same character though.
They are.
Crash Out Ken. That's what they are. Crash Out Ken.
Crash Out, and they both supposed to be smart, right?
I don't know, Dexter. I've been kind of wondering about that because they have not announced. What's the dude name that's playing Breeze over in Shamik.
All I know it was Raekwon. That's Shamik. It. I can't remember.
They have not announced him reprising his character in Origins, and that's odd. And it seems like there is going to be a time jump with Origins because they seem to be a lot older in Origins than what we expected them to be, unless they're going to do a time jump in Raising Kanan. But Breeze has to be in Origins, unless they get rid of Breeze in the end of Raising Kanan, since that's where they introduced him at.
They could, and that's when it rolls over into Origins.
And then it rolls over into Origins?
Yeah.
Maybe they get rid of the whole family around that same time. Snap and Pop and Breeze, all of them get taken out at the end of Raising Kanan, and then they roll into Origins.
Yep.
But it seems like Tommy and Ghost worked for Breeze too, along with Kanan.
I think it was just Kanan because Tommy always said how they came up under Kanan, not really up under Breeze too much.
You know, I think we're going to find out more about that story too. Whenever they do take Breeze out, I think we're going to find out that was more than meets the eye to that story. You know, because the only person that we've ever had to tell that story has been Kanan. Ghost never really told his side of it.
Oh,
Ghost
he never told him how he did. He just said he didn't want to do it.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if someone put a battery in Ghost's back, unbeknownst to Kanan, to gas Ghost up to take out. I guess it's Tasha. I guess it's Tasha that put the battery in Ghost's back.
I can see that.
I can see that too, because we know that she was the one that put the battery in Ghost's back to set Kanan up. So that's gonna be interesting how they do that, how they weave all that together. All right, fellas. Well, that's it this week, fam. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. Drop y'all comments because we want to continue these discussions. Once Starz drop those pictures, we'll be back with our episode prediction for this week. We do get an episode this week, guys. We do get a episode.
Yeah, we don't get a break till after New Year's.
Get a break until after New Year's. So y'all be sure Thursday night, midnight on the Starz app. Y'all go ahead and pull up because that's when we pull up. Thursday night at midnight. We hit that episode on the Starz app. We will have an episode this week. And keep your eye out on our community posts on YouTube because we have some things that we're working on, some projects that we're working on, some interviews that we're working on. So we want you guys to check those things out. Fellas, y'all got anything else?
Nope. Just ready to see the whatchamacallits for episode 8. See what we get.
I'm ready.
Besides JP being unalive, I'm ready to see
I'm
what
gonna feel some kind of way about that because they ain't do enough with his character for him to be going out like this.
So
we'll see. All right, fam. We'll see y'all next week.
Y'all next week for sure.